Hello, YouTube Skid Jarmas and the rest of the folks here in My Little Pony Role-Playing is Magic. Troy's with us today again, so yay. Alright, so last time shit really hit the fan for every pony involved except for Troy because he wasn't here.
Yay for abstinence!
Indeed. Okay. Okay.
Shame your mom didn't use abstinence.
At least it wasn't a little mistake.
Yeah, you were. Actually, no, you were a big mistake.
There you go.
Okay.
At least I didn't have a close chance of my mom swallowing me.
Alright, well, whatever the case, so where we left. Okay, guys. Where we last left off, Caleb's character's mind had been entrapped inside of his body while the mind of the original owner of the body, who didn't really get much of a chance in life, was sealed away within 15 minutes of being born, is now awake and is going rampant.
So it's basically retard attack.
Sort of.
Retard string!
Think wild animal attack.
Well, he has my body strength.
Yeah.
Retard string.
The strength of stupidity. You can never match it. Alright.
That seems here.
Alright.
Exactly.
Indeed.
Flip table.
Okay, so.
See you later, Bob.
Tap to rage and a retard.
Later.
Flip the table.
Okay, someone just flipped that. Sorry. Now then, with all that said, I'm going to go ahead and actually start off with Troy's character.
Yeah.
And we'll get to Caleb and Jack in a little bit. So, Troy, you are currently on the train to Ponyville. You were told when you were back in Philadelphia about what happened to Caleb's character, and decided after hearing that they were on their way to Ponyville that you would follow. Yes?
I'm a Pegasus. Why don't I fly?
Train's actually faster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, much faster, and even that's still very quite a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So. Okay.
Okay, moving on.
So as the train is starting to pull into the station, you notice that there is a lot of commotion as you step off of the train. You can't really tell what the commotion is about, but ponies seem to be running from a specific scene in town that's not all that far away, and others are eyeing the scene with nervous curiosity. What do you wish to do?
Proceed to go to the direction of where they're running from.
Okay, that works for me. So,
While I glare at Caleb, because I have a feeling it's from his new character.
no.
Characters
You're an idiot.
You're not with these guys right now. You and them are in separate areas.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not even in the picture yet.
You did something.
Anyway, so yeah. When we last left off, also, Shadow was badly wounded, wasn't he? Yeah, I believe so.
Because I shot a moonbeam at him.
Moonsicle.
Oh, yes.
Moonsicle.
This arm is pretty much toast.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so
It's basically hanging there.
okay, so back with Jack, watching this scene unfold, you watch as Hemlock's body launches itself at the Mind Neigher and Shadow and proceeds to start attacking them. You're not really sure what to do at this point, given the circumstances, but what do you wish to do regardless?
I think I'll attack at the Mind Neigher.
Alright, well, what sort of attack you can use? Just gonna charge her and launch a moonsicle?
Just a single, probably a moonsicle, which
Yeah.
should be moonsicle, which would be, that's 8. So no, I'm not going to attack.
Alright, well, don't forget, your willpower and fortitude have all been restored between episodes, except for Caleb.
Well, then I need to.
Whereas I'm forcibly sidelined.
Forcibly sidelined, yes.
Well, let me put this all up again. So 5 and 30.
Alright.
So I think I will attack. So a moonbeam using my willpower. So let's see, 4 on my fortitude and 4 on my willpower. So that would be 21. And I think 30 minus 4 is
30 minus 4.
26.
yeah.
That's 26.
Okay, sorry. Terrible at math. Okay, so 26. And I fire a sharp moonbeam at the Mind Neigher.
Alright, go ahead and roll for effectiveness, I guess.
Okay,
D6.
and it also be with my spell casting and my mind.
Yep.
Which, okay, 3 and 3. 7 and then 13.
Alright. Okay, well, even though the Mind Neigher isn't in the best of conditions, it's able to sidestep the moonsicle as it shoots past.
Oh, fuck you.
And so it glares in your direction. Before, off to the side, you watch as Hemlock gets knocked down from a rather vicious blow from Shadow Rave's working arm. Outwinder proceeds to stop moving, though he's still breathing. Anyway, so back over to Troy's character. Troy, I assume you're still coming in this direction?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, whatever the case, you round a corner of the street and pretty much see this spectacle unfolding before your eyes.
I wish to charge in and fighting.
Do what now?
I wish to charge into action.
Which one? The Mind Neigher or Shadow Rave?
Mind Neigher.
Because it's the freakier looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as soon as it's got tentacles for a mouth.
I think I'd rather tackle it just head on and try to kill it. You know, just body slam status.
Alright. Well, in that case,
Who has the weakest body among our characters is using a body slam.
Indeed.
Sad.
Okay, well, what skill do you have that would help with that, do you think? Or
Mm,
if any. If not, then just add your body.
I honestly don't think anything.
Pretty much nothing.
I don't think heavy weapons will come into contact with this.
Don't you still have that mallet from the...
Oh, actually, I do. I do have a mallet, and I have 3 gems. So actually, I'll attack with the mallet.
Okay, that'll be a heavy weapons deal then.
All right. Does anybody have 2 dice I can roll, please?
Give them back when you're done with them.
Muchas gracias. So I just added my heavy weapon in my body with the mallet. So just D4. 8 altogether because I rolled 4 on the dice, and that's 4 from the heavy weapon in the body.
Oh, not
So
even
that's
high
it.
enough. Not even high enough for the lowest rolls difficulty setting. So as you come in for the attack, the Mind Neigher turns to look at you and then probably to sidestep that attack as well.
What difficulty setting do I need to roll to actually land a hit on this?
Probably about a 15 or 20. It's average to challenging.
Nice.
Yeah. Even in its hurt condition, the Mind Neigher is still incredibly dangerous.
Okay.
Alright, so anyways, at about this point the Mind Neigher growls out, "Enough interference. You can't save him at this point."
The hell we can.
Outwinder proceeds to turn back to Shadow Rave and says, "Now then, I believe we had an arrangement." At which point Shadow just sort of eyes him skeptically before saying, "To hell with that." He proceeds to then pick up Hemlock, saying, "He's going back to the Griffin Empire for execution."
Well then.
At which point the Mind Neigher promises to narrow its own eyes at him. "We had a deal. I was to get both souls within the body to toy with to my pleasure. You could have the body, but the souls were to be mine."
Someone looks like a gold guzzler.
Anyways, so Shadow Rave is about to retort when a blur shoots out from one of the alleys. Now, back inside of Caleb's mind, Sorenxoras is observing this, and you recognize, how do you pronounce your character's sister's name? How do you pronounce your character's sister's name? I don't know how to spell it, but not pronounce it.
Shit.
Is it Larkster? That's what it sounds
Where's
like.
the list?
The list. Got a posture on YouTube. Okay, we're back into the fray. We managed to find the information we needed. So, another griffin, don't know the color, so Kev's going to have to inform me on that here in a minute, shoots out from one of the alleys, tackling Shadow Rave to the ground. And it is unmistakably a female. At which point she promises to raise up her talons and strikes down on Shadow Rave's other shoulder, basically disabling both of his front limbs. Anyways, while Shadow Rave is screaming in agony, the Mind Neigher takes a step back, growls in irritation, and then teleports away.
Fuck.
Damn.
So now there is an unconscious Hemlock on the ground starting to stir. There is a badly wounded Shadow Rave lying in the middle of a field with a really pissed off looking female griffin standing over him, and everybody else is just sort of observing with nervous apprehension.
Can my character be giddy and happy watching all the carnage?
Yes, Caleb? What did you say? Okay. Anyways, so the female griffin slowly stands up, spits on the face of Shadow Rave before turning on and running rather quickly to Hemlock's unconscious form. What does everyone wish to do at this point?
Could you repeat that, please? I didn't.
Can I walk up to his father and curb stomp his nuts and walk over to him?
Okay.
Well,
That is
actually, to be honest,
He's still captain of the Royal Guard.
I'm going to put a chain spell on Hemlock's unconscious body so that he doesn't get up.
Okay.
So,
Alright, let's look at the spell invention chart for that.
because I'm going to make a spell for this.
Alright,
I already have
it'll probably be
an
so it'll be individual, so that's level 1, plus scene, obviously, unless you want to be able to touch him to cast a spell.
Just scene, because I just want to make.
That's level 2 then, so that's 3. Sustained, which means you'd have to focus on it to keep it active. That would be altogether so far 3, so then maybe 5. Standard, so 6. And if the effect and subject, I think probably forge and animate.
Not sure.
So that'd be 2 under the what did we have before 7?
What?
What was the number we had before 7
I don't know.
for the spell cost?
It's usually
I know. I'm putting the spell together in my head. So
like there.
we had individual, scene, that's 3, sustained, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we had 6. So forge and animate brings it up to 8, and then what are these? Let's say construct. So altogether, this spell is going to cost you about 9 spell cost.
Get on my phone.
So just for a quick recap, he has to continuously be focused on him while watching him, making sure there will be no loss of eye contact.
Not eye contact. He just needs to see him and be focusing on
And
the
keep
spell.
I'll keep a spell thread on it.
Yeah, spell thread. Just keep focused on the spell. He only needs to see the target to cast the spell. He doesn't need to keep seeing it. He just needs to sustain the magic flow of the spell.
Okay.
12 willpower.
Will that continuously drain his willpower?
No. He just needs to keep focusing on the spell.
Oh, okay.
Don't do that, Troy. Don't attack the bee. He'll get pissed.
What did the bee ever do to you?
It's possible
One,
that
I'm
would
allergic
let
to
the
him.
damn thing out.
I just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Well, that's the only reason why I hit it is because it was near Caleb and he's allergic to him.
Okay. Whatever the case.
I don't care if I get stung. So, if I hit it and it stings me, I'll die.
Okay, so Troy, what did you say you were going to do again?
Caleb thinks it's unwise. I honestly don't give two shits, so I'm gonna just run up to his. Okay, how bad of a condition is the royal guard dude? The
Shadow Rave.
Yeah, Shadow Rave. How bad is he?
Both of his front limbs are pretty much disabled, and he's trying to crawl away using his back legs to get him moving away.
I'm gonna run up to him and kick him in the nuts and run away.
He's still got claws on his back paws.
Yeah, I don't.
And he's still got a pretty long friggin' tail. And they're pretty flexible. So he could possibly just choke you out with it.
How long is the tail?
It's like a lion tail, isn't it? Isn't it like a lion tail?
It's quite a bit longer.
But it's the same general build. So it's like a really, really, really long lion tail.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it could potentially wrap around, so if I kick him in the face, he can
It's
grab
like a
my ankle.
snake. Almost.
Okay, it's like a snake then.
I'll spit on him and walk away.
Okay. So,
Kind of shit like that.
Yeah, I'll just spit on his face and walk away.
alright. Alright, so,
I'll be walking over to Caleb's.
unconscious
Body.
form.
Yeah, and I have it in chains, in magical chains at this moment. So
So the female griffin is currently kneeling over him, saying something, but he can't make it out.
Baby, come. He just. I know. That's the only thing that can come to my mind, so leave me alone.
Alright, well, whatever the case is.
My character maybe is a money. Still see and hear. And griffins have good hearing.
And I did it outside of complex.
Alright, well, whatever the case is, finally, as you're approaching the female griffin, you all notice that Shadow Rave is starting to spread out his wings, so he's going to try to take flight.
Oh, fuck that noise. I think I shall do the exact same thing I did on his character.
Chain?
Yeah, put him in chains so that he can't move away.
Alright.
So
Can you lock down his tail
I'm
and
in
his
chains.
spines?
Well then.
yeah, I put your character in chains because I don't know what the hell your character is gonna do when he wakes up.
Now, by
Probably
constructing him with chains, how much of construction are you putting on his body parts and which body parts?
I'm basically just keeping them sort of like just shackles and chains so that he can't move, and I'm gonna bind his wings so that he can't fly.
So I could potentially walk up to his wings with my mallet and break him.
Wrong griffin.
I'm
You're
talking
thinking
about
of Shadow Rave, aren't you?
I'm thinking of
Yeah.
Shadow Rave. Like
Alright.
I already have his character.
I'm talking about Shadow Rave.
Okay, I got confused.
So I can
My
walk
bad.
up to him
You,
while we have
you
it.
technically could, but I really wouldn't recommend. I mean, you could dislocate you can dislocate his wings if you can do that, but I wouldn't recommend breaking them.
And
Why?
it's still our father.
It just dislocate him so that he can't fly.
Alright.
So I'm gonna do the exact same thing.
Why didn't you just bind those two?
He's binding the whole thing.
I'm binding the
but-
whole thing. This is a whole package. I already on your character. I binded the wings, and the claws and everything.
So I'm just going to dislocate the shoulder so he doesn't have to have the spell
His wings.
intensified.
His wings. So let me just. I'm terrible at math. Okay, so that's 17.
Last one only has 15 fortitude.
Remember, don't ever give him a digital
Yeah,
dice.
I know. I
Extortion.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, well. So the chains quickly wrap around Shadow Rave and pin him to the ground, and he starts growling in frustration and what almost sounds like a hint of fear, but you can't really tell.
Then run up and dislocate his wings with my mallet.
Alright, well, we'll have your weapons check, I guess.
Okay.
This is going to be really easy, basic, pretty much, and you only need to roll about
Somebody
10.
miss some dice or something. 10, 11, 12, 13.
But did you roll double fives? No, okay.
No.
Alright.
I rolled a 6 and a 4.
Alright, cool. So with that said, he basically successfully dislocated his wings, and the sheer amount of pain he's currently going through causes him to pass out.
Yay, hooray for shock!
Anyways, so
You screw with me, I'll dislocate your wings too.
Okay. Just
Let's
let's
not do
move
that.
on.
anyways,
Still
so
paramedic your current.
so anyways, at about this point, Hemlock starts to wake up and starts thrashing around in his chains. And so I forget immediately where 12 was. I'm just gonna say she starts to sort of stumble out of the alley she fell into earlier. And she looks tired with the slice marks across her face from Shadow Rave earlier. But regardless, she sees the thrashing Hemlock, and her horn ignites, and sort of a mist falls over him for a second, and then he passes out again.
Oh, I was planning on doing that. I was basically going to walk up to him and said, "Hush, child, no more tears, only dreams."
Okay.
And when I got back to my own mind, I'd probably punch you. Because my character is a whole hell of a lot older than yours is.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
Where is he?
I'm not.
The body might not be, but the spirit is. Alright. So, with all that said, Twilight slowly approaches the female griffin. So, who are you? She asks cautiously. You don't want to add on to that?
Yeah, who exactly are you? What are you doing here?
Why'd you attack his father?
The female griffin slowly stands up and turns to look at you, a look of what looks like pained anger on her face, as though like she's sad but angry at the same time. I don't have a voice for her yet, so I'm just going to say this. Well, he's my brother here. She directs her attention to Hemlock on the ground.
Where are the other two characters? They're supposed to be with her.
I'll get to that.
Okay.
Paralyzed in fear.
Yes.
I should be very happy about one of the characters that comes up.
So she then turns back to Twilight and says, I've been looking for him for I don't know how long at this point. A few months maybe longer.
What exactly do you want with him?
To keep him safe, she answers immediately.
Okay, I have a question. What exactly did he do? I mean, I know he betrayed the Griffin Empire, but give me specifics here.
Ooh, background story.
Okay, so does she know exactly the specifics? You know
Oh
more?
yeah.
Okay.
It was on the note that I left.
Okay.
As well as she's had plenty of time to talk with the other two that were with her.
Alright. She sighs and says, well, he attempted to assassinate the Emperor. It didn't turn out quite as he planned. The Emperor still lives and has placed a humongous bounty on my brother's head. She then proceeds to look back down at Hemlock, a tear sliding down one of her cheeks. Troy, do you wish to add anything to this?
I like turtles.
Seriously, though.
No.
I like turtles.
Shut up.
10 points to anyone that knows where that's from. Besides Troy.
I already know.
I mean, I like turtles.
I like turtles.
I like turtles. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, moving on.
Alright. I'm just gonna ask her blatantly if she has any other companions following her or along with her some other part in this city.
You're only asking that because of
No.
what I said.
I'm asking that because I'd like to know.
That's what I said.
I'm disregarding what you said.
Okay. She nods, says, yes, I'm traveling with... What were their names again? I forgot my information sheet. She goes, I'm traveling with Phoenix and Brashap, respectively.
Phoenix.
Phoenix, whatever. Why do you ask?
Just wondering.
She nods. Alright. She then looks back down at Hemlock. Does anyone know exactly why he's like this? I didn't get to see everything that happened. I only showed up just in time to see the last discussion.
Ask him.
Well, there was this creature. I have no idea what his name was, but I described what you probably seen him.
Still is.
He's still. I have no idea what his name was, but he said something about toying with his two souls and toying with him. I don't know the specifics, but then this man who claims to be his father, I can't back that up, but he said that he was going to mark him for execution. I don't know the specifics, but that's what I heard.
The Griffin nods. Well, it makes sense, and I can definitely identify this Griffin as his father's. He's mine as well.
Shut up.
So, Twilight nods to all of this solemnly. Alright, well, from what I was able to detect of the magic being cast on him, his mind's been put to sleep. Looks like there's another mind inside of him, though. That's what's currently active.
I'm so weak, goddammit.
So, Twilight, what do you recommend we do with these two?
Twilight hesitates with him, like, well, for one thing, the father is going to need to be locked up after what he did here. We're going to need to hunt down that Mind Neigher at some point, and we're going to have to figure out some way to get Hemlock's mind back into working order.
Okay, I got a question about the Magician. If it can teleport away, what's the point of hunting afterward? Because if it gets close to dying, it can just teleport away and recover by the time we find it again. It just continues to repeat the process.
Magic shackles. If we can get
Or
close.
like a magic sort of band that sort of like the magic ring when you put it on someone's horn.
It's a
Basically,
magic shackle.
yeah, magic
Prevents
shackle.
them
That
from using magic.
Okay.
Something along those lines.
Unicorns.
Alright.
we can do that. I'll probably do that the next time we see him.
At this point, Twilight looks down at Hemlock's twitching form and goes, we should probably get him out of the open. Anyways, at about this point, the female griffin identifies herself as Larkspur, and then proceeds to inform me all this. My two companions are waiting for me just outside of town. I'm gonna need to go and retrieve them. They want to know what happened. I'll join you wherever you decide to meet at.
Very well.
Tell me where we're meeting and I'll join you there.
Twilight, how about we meet at your library and we can keep Hemlock in your basement?
Twilight nods. Sounds good to me.
And then
Basement and
we'll keep Shadow Rave in the Ponyville jail cells.
Damn good.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Mark.
I just gotta say this. Basement and chains.
God damn it, Joy. Oh.
Sure, you are aware in the Twilight's basement is a laboratory, right?
Yes.
And it's also a storage room for ancient documents.
Still, at the base.
And I technically am kind of an ancient document. Kind of.
Kind of, yeah. If you want to get into the spiritual side of things, yeah. Anyways, so Larkspur leaves you to meet at Twilight's library, who basically teleports you all there after Larkspur has made herself disappear.
And I'm assuming authorities got Shadow Rave and put him in cells, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Anyways, so
Watch on him.
Yeah.
alright, so do you two wish to discuss amongst yourselves what's going on before I continue the plot, or do you just want me to continue?
There's not really much to discuss.
Not
so.
really.
I don't know.
Oh, shiny! I wonder what this chemical does. It's just.
Here, go play with the sulfuric acid over there, okay?
Oh, I dropped on Caleb's character's wings.
Oops.
Alright, anyway, so
Oh, Music Astro has become a currently permanent character now because what Troy did. First thing I'll do is cast a certain spell on you that I've got on the back of the sheet.
alright,
So Caleb's up to sulfuric acid
Anyway,
and
so,
then corn.
yeah, alright, so then, anyways. Now then, I'm gonna go ahead and jump to a character who has yet to get any screen time.
Yay.
So yes, Caleb. It is at about this point that we're jumping over to Astra.
Yay.
So, your character basically bear witness to these last few events taking place before trying to teleport the lot to the library.
Alright.
What do you wish to do?
First of all, what all did my character hear of the conversation?
Just pretty much
Is it aware of the character's mindset?
Yes.
Alright. Then I'd like
You have a vague picture anyways.
Alright, then I'd like to proceed to the library and offer my help.
Right, so. Plenty of ponies on the way give you concerned glances as you're heading towards the library, possibly because they also overheard the conversation.
Not to mention I'm blind in one eye and I've got for an Essie Burns card.
Blind in one eye?
Yeah. It's my Astro character. No, this hell bent on killing my character currently.
In the dreams section anyway.
Yeah.
Here, not so much.
No, has no idea that it's that character.
Anyways, so. Let me see here. So, I assume you're gonna knock on the door? Alright.
Tis all flight and shit.
With that said, inside, the rest of you here are knocking on the door.
Okay.
Twilight proceeds to the door, or opens it up, and sees you.
I'll look back up. It's Star Trek.
Starcraft.
Starcraft, sorry.
Alright.
That's out of team, my bad.
It would be.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Protoss. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm up for Zergs.
Zerg Rush!
Okay.
Zerg Rush.
Alrighty then, so. Stop that. Okay, so. Let me see, so.
Hey, look,
Damn
it likes
me.
you.
No, don't attack it!
I'll kill the son of a bitch.
Get a tissue basket, that'll work best.
Just get a cup.
You're likely to let go of that and let it fly, Troy.
Okay, come on, can we move on,
Okay.
please?
Sorry, you two were being distracted by a very nuisance-based bee.
Okay. There it is. Oh,
God damn it. What, did it sting you?
Yeah, it you heard its wing, I know that. See, it's barely flying.
It's not flying anymore.
Good.
I revoke its wings.
Oh, great.
And its life force.
And you're gonna have to clean that up afterwards.
Okay.
Well, in any case, now I've got a dead bee to stare. Hooray! Okay, sorry about the distraction that you did. We're moving on now.
Oh, it's all
like my wall.
smeared.
Okay, so, now, back
That's
to
not
business.
funny.
Come on. Move on.
Alright, so at
Which
this point,
one?
guys,
Oh my God,
Caleb,
stop.
Caleb, Troy. Focus. Alright, so, Twilight opens the door, spots Astra, and says, "Yes, can I help you?"
Well, I witnessed part of the conversation from earlier and I'd like to help if I can.
In what? And then I overhear this conversation. In what way you can help?
I'm a genius with mind magic.
Interesting.
How high is your mind?
My mind is 6, my spellcasting is 12, my talented is 6.
Get out of here! I'm supposed to have the highest mind. Go die.
Astra's kind of the same in my character in that aspect.
Okay.
Alright, so.
Except her body doesn't age at all.
Alright, now then, so. Twilight nods like, alright, just don't pull
Cursed.
anything. And proceeds to let Astra in. So, at this point, time begins to slowly pass until finally there's another knock on the door, which Twilight answers, and it reveals a bat pony, Larkspur, and an individual who just something feels off about. It's a gray pony, but aside from that, there's really just something off about him. You can't tell though.
And technically, this should look exactly like my character, actually.
Isn't it a little bit odd for a bat pony to be traveling around?
It's his backstory. I'm just going off of what his backstory says.
Isn't it a little odd for a bat pony to be doing that though?
Not this one.
Grab the dice. Where'd it go? Thank you.
Okay. Every time, that's all you do is drop the dice.
Don't blame me, blame my clumsy butterfingers.
Which is you.
They're part of me, they're not me.
Those are both
me.
me.
Okay, let's move on.
Why are your fingers so buttery? And why do you keep dropping the one-out dice?
Okay, moving on. So, Larkspur nods and goes, alright, let me introduce Phoenix and Brush Up. They both give slight nods to their heads, but otherwise remain silent.
And then I say, no one ever touched her. Well, if anyone's gonna need me, I'm gonna be looking at some magazines.
Okay.
Reference to the past session, if anyone got that.
This isn't Fluttershy Shed.
Okay. You better not be looking at 50 Shades of Hay again.
Maybe.
I'm pretty surprised she hasn't burned that book yet.
Lol.
It's kind of hard for her to burn it if he pocketed it.
Alright, well, whatever the case is. So, anyways, now then. With all said and done, and after a brief set of introductions, Phoenix sets himself down.
Haha! Success!
Oh, okay.
Phoenix is the bat pony, right? Phoenix is the bat pony, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
What'd you do? How'd you get the other dice to stick onto that, Caleb?
Can we just continue now? Let's not try to distract ourselves too much. So,
I created a vacuum out of the holes.
oh, cool. Yeah, so Phoenix probably proceeds to say, alright, let's get down to business. What exactly has happened to Hemlock?
Jesus. Where do I start? Okay, so what I can gather is that there are two minds within the body of Hemlock. That's all I am notified of this moment. So, and apparently this Mind Neigher has brought out the original host, and that's the details I have at this exact moment.
My character parasite.
Alright. Oh, anyway, so at this point, Brush Up proceeds to say, that's interesting. I've never heard of a spell like that before. At this point in Twilight, they're pretty rare, this sort of magic, and Mind Neigher is even more so. Either way, I have managed to confirm that yes, the mind that is currently active is not Hemlock himself. It's something a bit more primal, I guess. I can't really tell, it keeps rejecting me somehow.
It's the Hulk.
She looks back to the still unconscious Hemlock, and then turns back to Larkspur and says, so, where do we begin? Are we trying to free him? Larkspur nods. Obviously. At this point, feel free to discuss ideas.
Well, we're gonna need to do some sort of spell analysis and see if there's any way we can access the Hemlock that took over the host's body. We're gonna need to find some way to access and get in contact with that version of Hemlock.
Wouldn't we just be able to split them? Like, have the original host
It's
stay
one
in that
body.
body?
It's one
It's
body.
one
There's no way to split them.
Wait, but can we, like, find another body?
You need something dead first.
That is a sin.
That too. So it's not really an option, that one. At least if you want to stay in one of the Element of Harmony's good graces.
I'm okay with getting out of a good grace.
Anyway, so Troy probably proceeds to say, anyway, so at this point Troy says, well, running an analysis of that sort might be dangerous. Mind Neighers are known for keeping a very close eye on the links they have to their victims. If it detects any sort of disturbance or analysis, it could very well close Hemlock down even further and maybe even damage his mind permanently in a way we might not be able to repair.
Well, Hemlock, have fun.
I do know a number of spells that might help.
And there could be some alchemy remedies that could help an easier way of getting into the mind. That's a possibility.
Is there a way how we can dull the senses of the mind thing that has a link towards them?
The original host.
The Mind Neighers, he means, I think.
Yeah, that. Is there any way we can
Like it's sort of like how when you're blocking a security, cut the link between them without him noticing.
Yeah, is there any way we can do that?
We're going to need to
Or
find a way to do that, and then we'll do an analysis.
change the link to somebody else temporarily?
I would recommend just cutting the link with being as being as discreet as possible when trying to get rid of the link.
Whatever the case, Twilight nods says, okay, well, those are all possible, but highly dangerous. The only way I can think of that would be definite, if we could pull it off, would be to actually just kill the Mind Neighor.
Okay.
I was able to figure out where it teleported to when it went, but I didn't follow it because I knew I was more needed here at the time. It went to the Everfree Forest.
Everfree Forest is such a wonderful place, isn't it?
I know, right?
I was being sarcastic.
I'm pretty sure that was sarcasm too.
Yeah. It was all.
Well, you weren't voicing it as sarcasm. So.
Well, I'm sorry. Anyways, so, let me see. So, Water Expert proceeds to step forward and says, I don't really care how we do it, just as long as we can get my brother awake again.
So you guys ready to go for a mind
So
share
we're
now?
gonna. So, Product, do you mind giving me a copy of that link, or just give me a copy of that link? So just that in case if anything.
What do you mean, copy of the
Like you know how send me a give me a version of that link so that I can track it as well.
You make it so that you can detect it as well?
Yeah, so
you need to be within any unicorn can do it, they just have to have symmetric approach to be able to disturb it successfully without alerting the Mind Neighor.
Mm.
You don't need the link, you just need to be within the presence of Hemlock himself.
Okay.
Is there any way to...
And then, but if we're going to go after this Mind Neigher, someone's going to have to watch over Hemlock because I have no idea he could do anything. So.
Well, wouldn't it be a good idea to have one his sister watching over and another thing is having one of us and teammates watch over him as well? So I guess I could probably do it because you are a unicorn and you can use magical properties. So I can stay here and fend off intruders with my mallet. If you guys are okay with that.
Does Asher have anything to add to this, Caleb?
Well, I was saying something, and then a certain ex-lunar guard interrupted my character.
Well, continue with what you were saying then.
Similar to a way that someone would feed a loop into a video while the actual video link is cut, so that the person wouldn't notice. Is there any way to do that with magic?
So make when a video footage is like when you're trying to steal something, you can just loop the footage over and over, and the link will be looped. So there could be a way we could link the loop, and then that's a possibility.
First, we want to figure out how the Mind Neigher figures it out. Like, there's some sort of feeling, or what is it?
Twilight shrugs. I'm not really sure how. It's just a mental link, and it keeps a very close eye on it all the time. It's almost like, I'm not sure. It's like when you connect your mind to another individual, you can just tell what the link is doing and where they're at, and other specific details. But I'm not sure how they work or how different a Mind Neigher might operate on that scale.
This could pose quite a bit of problem. Well, if we run out of ideas for spells, then yes, the best this would be go and kill the Mind Neigher. I'm not really sure if there's any way for it.
Sorry about that, YouTube accent stopped recording. Alright, continuing on, Caleb, go ahead.
Or just stop off.
It stopped like 20 seconds into yours. Well, not 20 seconds, but like. I'm not really sure. You were talking about the magic we were thinking about using and our options.
Right. I was saying though, if there's any way to figure out, well, shit.
Is there a possible way that we can loop it though, like you were saying, Caleb? Because if we can loop it and then trace where the Mind Neigher is and then kill it without having to damage your body or have it at risk.
I remember what I was saying. If there's any possible way that we can do this, I'm not exactly sure what miners are all capable of, but it would take something extremely powerful to permanently damage the mind that is currently being held prisoner.
But not. Yes, that is true. Magic of that level is rare to say the least.
Well,
But
extremely difficult, not exactly rare.
But then there's the problem of if we kill the Mind Neigher, we don't know which one. It could very well kill it could very well kill your character in whole.
True, because it could lock in
Yeah, it can
the
lock.
original host and kill off Hemlock, make so he's permanently exiled from the body and spirit.
Twilight shakes your head rapidly. Not exactly. The Mind Neigher simply made one mind go dormant and the other wake up. If we kill it, it'll simply no longer have a connection to Hemlock, which will give us much more room to experiment with our spell weaving to reawaken him, so to speak.
Which I'll be able to take care of.
Could that backlash
Talented
towards
in
us?
this area.
What, Troy?
Could that backlash so we could fuck up and actually permanently lock Hemlock as the dormant one, though?
It was the one you spelled that this Mind Neigher used on to seal his mind up, so no damage will be done if we kill the Mind Neigher. In fact, it'll make our job even easier.
No. All there for killing the Mind Neigher, say aye. Aye.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
No.
Besides, every lock has a key. And if we can somehow absorb some of the Mind Neigher's magic, we could use that as a key to undo the lock, similar to how Celestia undid the lock on Luna. Or,
The door?
could, when she was trapped within the moon.
Alright.
It's just a much, much, much smaller lock, so it'll be easier to break.
Alright, anyway, so at about this point, let me see here. Okay. But not. Alright. I know it's in the upper forest, but the specifics of where is unknown to me. So if we just walk in without finding out exactly where it is, we're going to be lost for quite a while and probably not even find it.
Has the Mind Neigher left anything behind?
But wait, you just said you had a track on it.
I had a track on its rough location. I know it's somewhere in the upper forest, but that's
So it's
about it.
basically like you triangulated its position, but you don't know 100% for sure.
Sort of. What I did is, as soon as it teleported, I tried to trace the magic energy residue that linked the two locations, but it faded too quickly for me to get an accurate location. So,
We could be going on a wild goose chase.
I've got it. If you can scan the magic that's holding Hemlock's mind down, then you use that to scry the Mind Neigher.
Good thinking.
she nods. That's a very good idea. In fact, it's safer than what I had in mind. What I had in mind was to simply analyze the link and trace that back to the Mind Neigher itself. But that would involve finding and interacting with the link, which could in turn alert the Mind Neigher to our intentions. Not a bad idea. Anyways, so she approaches the still unconscious Hemlock and her horn lights up. And, she casts a spell and stands there for several minutes, her face scrunching as though she's concentrating and having some difficulties with the spell. This goes on for about 5 to 6 minutes before finally her horn unglows, so to speak. And she opens her eyes and turns back to the rest of you. Alright, I've got a location.
Okay.
Excellent.
Now, are you certain this is the location of the Mind Neigher?
She goes, well, I don't know how long it's going to stay in this spot, but from what I was able to tell from the scrying, it might be trying to heal itself. It wasn't able to pick up that I was looking at it, so with any luck, we should be able to if we can get there quickly, we should be able to ambush it.
Well, several scrying spells, anyways, are a one-way link.
Alright. So, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay behind and watch Hemlock's body, right, guys? Or do you guys want me to come with you?
We need fighters.
And you've got the mallet,
So
so
we're still gonna need someone to look over Hemlock. Wait, what about those two people that came
The
with?
Bat Pony and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other traveler.
Brush Up and Phoenix.
Yeah, Broadship and Phoenix. What about them?
Do you
Would they
think
be willing
Brush
to?
Up is a griffin, by the way.
Okay.
Mm.
Would they be willing to, or would they know someone who's willing to look after Hemlock for
Why
them?
don't we just have Twilight look after Hemlock?
Because you kind of need her.
We need her to
lead the way.
find the link.
and to lead the way to the Mind Neigher.
Mm-hmm.
And my character isn't much good at scrying.
How about
Anyways,
wait? I have an idea. How about we put him in a
So it's
jail?
night.
How about we put him in a jail cell for the meantime? And
That way he's under constant watch.
yeah, he's under watch.
Twilight nods. Alright, I guess we can do that. He can be kind of violent from what I saw of him before putting him to sleep though, so not a bad idea. Let's do it.
Okay.
20 minutes pass in doing that and getting a few sheets of paper discarded because of the circumstances. And eventually, you're on your way to the Everfree Forest.
No, can somebody explain what the Everfree Forest is?
It is a forest that is outside of Ponyville and covers a really large area. In fact, I'm not sure, but I think sometimes not everybody knows the exact extent of it. But on the map we're using, they know. But
It's
it is
fairly large.
It's fairly large, and it is a dangerous place. The fact that it operates in a very mysterious way. There are a lot of mysteries about it. Creatures that.
So
are
it's like
roaming up.
Fangor Forest off of Lord of the Rings, how it's completely vast, has a whole bunch of mythical creatures there that are
It's
highly
very
dangerous.
dangerous. It's very dangerous, and it works not
And
like
the
the rest
weather
of
is not regulated.
Yeah, the Pegasi don't regulate the weather over the Everfree Forest. It handles itself.
Could I regulate it because of
You
the
could try, and it probably would fail.
Yeah, you would miserably fail because it's way too big.
Well, I'm talking about regulating it in
It's small
Aurora
area.
of where we are.
But there really wouldn't be that much point.
Not that much point to it. Okay.
No.
From what I understand, the Everfree Forest is actually enchanted, kind of.
Yeah, it's basically an enchanted forest.
Oh crap.
Or cursed, so to speak, because of how dangerous the damn place is.
Yeah, cursed.
I mean, there's things like cockatrices and manticores, all sorts of stuff in there.
Cool, there's cockatrices. Why, that's bad.
Please let there not be a basilisk. Not the Harry Potter basilisk, though. That
Is there any
That's not-
Fenrir's?
Predators, you mean?
Fenrir.
A Fenrir.
No.
I don't even really know what a Fenrir is.
It's off
That's
Sirius.
a giant ice wolf.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well then, no, there are no Fenrirs in the Everfree Forest. You'd be more likely to find them in the
In
Frozen
the
World.
wasteland, okay.
Alright, now then. So, with all said and done, the Everfree Forest looms before you on the path you have managed to find yourself on. And all of you feel rather nervous about entering it for some reasons. It's pretty obvious that this is natural for anything, as even Twat looks nervous. Given the place's history, it's to be expected. But still, something just feels off about this nervousness. It's not what you normally feel, from what you can tell. It's like it's being imposed.
Well, considering it's a haven for the unnatural, yeah. Well, as unnatural as things get, considering magic.
Yeah.
There's a chance just gonna be undead, isn't there?
No.
Not really, no.
So there's, okay, cool.
Once it's dead, it stays dead pretty much, Nick Rustia.
Okay.
Usually,
Well,
anyways.
except for my character.
Fear dead pretty much.
Or Rainbow
Master
Dash.
doesn't die either.
Or Rainbow Dash.
How does that work?
Oh, it's something Caleb showed me on his Wii.
Ah, okay.
It was a little video thing.
Okay. Anyways, so,
That was she was in a coma, stupid.
Oh.
It's the pony.
Okay, can we move on, please?
alright, so, with all said and done, you enter the forest with no one really saying much of a word. So, let me see here. An hour passes with almost nothing happening as Twat leads you through the forest. Every once in a while she confirms that you are on the right track, but she's not sure if the Mind Neigher is still at its location that you found it at originally. Given her distant proximity from Hemlock, she can't check to see if the Mind Neigher has moved or not. Luckily, though, if she also confirms that if you hit the spot it was originally at, she should be able to try and at least follow any sort of sign she has to follow. Like if anyone's good at tracking, that would be helpful. Anyways, a short while later, you finally arrive at a small clearing. There's a small patch of grass that is slightly bloody and is also flattened against the earth as though something had laid against it for a while. And then, well, you can't really tell what all has happened here, really.
Investigation.
Can somebody explain to me really quick though what a Mind Neigher looks like?
I can bring you a picture.
Okay, that works.
Perhaps we could also scry the blood.
What?
Perhaps we could also scry the blood to figure out what it belongs to.
Yeah. Yeah, so that is what a Mind Neigher looks like, Troy.
I'll Google a fucker in it. Kind of reminds me of you.
It has antlers.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like its eye though.
Yeah.
That's a Mind Neigher.
Yeah, that's a Mind Neigher.
Oh, did you get the drawing of my character up?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
Cool. Anyways. Alright, so someone had the idea to try and figure out who the blood belonged to?
Just to scry the blood.
Alright.
Investigation.
Okay, and you can use your investigation skill.
Mhm.
Alright, go ahead.
And along with my mind, so I'm going to investigate this.
Well, scrying is actually a spell too.
6, and then
Well, he's not using scrying, he's investigating the area physically.
Oh.
12.
I'll just scry the blood.
Okay.
Is he already doing that?
Hmm?
Is he already doing that?
There's 3 unicorns in the group, and Twilight Sparkle is the one taking care of the scrying right now.
Oh.
Yeah, but I'm assuming with the boost of that I'm getting from them, so.
Alright, so whatever the case is, Dylan, you don't really find a whole lot of information you can find, but you are able to find some tracks that look like they're sort of dragging along that lead into the patch of flat grass that has the blood in it. And after that, you can't really tell, you're unsure, but it looks like there might be some more steps heading away.
Okay.
They look a bit newer, but you can't really be sure. As
Could you sit down, please?
Sorry.
Anyway, so Clyde is scanning the small pool, well not pool, but small patch of dried blood for several more minutes before finally lifting up her head and saying, "Alright, well, I can identify this indeed belonged to the Mind Neigher. Was anyone else able to find the path that followed?"
I found a few tracks that were dragging along the path, so I might get a lead from that.
Is it nighttime?
It's near evening. Why?
If I was going to say if there were stars out, then I would have a lot better chance of finding it.
Navigation?
How?
Well, Master's main focus is mind magic and using the stars to help.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Anyways, so at about this point, let me see. So Twilight nods and has you lead the way for a while, following the tracks that you found that led away from the patch of blood. And after a while, they come to a stop. You're not really sure why, but they just sort of halt where they were at. Either that, or you just lose track of them in the thickening foliage. Foliage, whatever. Foliage. Anyways, so Twilight glances around, a look of comprehension appearing on her face. I recognize this part of the forest. I've been in this area before. I think this is near Sorenxoras' hut.
Maybe she has seen the Mind Neigher around here somewhere.
Maybe.
Well, Sorenxoras
Is the Mind Neighers.
No. There's a possibility that she could be helping it currently. Because, she is quite understanding.
Anyway, so Twilight probably should say, well, at the very least, we should make sure she's alright. I don't know if the Mind Neigher has any sort of motives to attack her, but we should make sure regardless.
Okay.
Anyway, so at this point, Twilight will lead the way. You're walking for several more minutes before a hoarse chuckle starts to cut through the air. It sounds like it's coming from all directions, sending a chill up each of your spines. At which point, the Mind Neigher steps out of the shadows. It looks like it's been healed. None of its wounds that were on it before are present.
Oh, goody.
Anyways, so at this point, It promises to. You can only assume it's smirking, and it says, "I see you all followed me." A pointless gesture.
Well, no shit, Sherlock. You just solved the case. That wasn't in character, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the. Yeah, it was that.
There's a. Twilight just sort of knows her eyes at it without saying anything. The Mind Neigher and her have a brief stare down before she asks, "Tell me, how did you get a potion?" The Mind Neigher shrugs as though not knowing the answer before saying, "I haven't the faintest. I healed myself." Twilight growls, grunting, "No way. I know how healing works, and it takes a lot longer than you could do. I can tell that much. Potions are much more effective at it, and I can already tell. The way your wounds are healed, you used a potion." Again, the Mind Neigher shrugs. "Perceptive little bastard, aren't you?" Twilight growls and her horn flares up. The Mind Neigher doesn't answer, but instead turns to look at the rest of the group. His eyes then proceed to fall on Larkspur, who is with you all, right? Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
He says, "Ah, I figured you'd come along." The smile crosses, well, you figure a smile crosses the Mind Neigher's face. "Do you know what your brother truly is?" it asks. Larkspur doesn't answer immediately before, or after a brief hesitation, saying, "It doesn't really matter. He's still my brother." The Mind Neigher shrugs. "Well, if you're that way about it." Out when his own horn lights up. "Everyone, what do you wish to do at this point?"
Let's go into some brawling.
Ready my mallet. I'm gonna get my mallet. My mallet's out. I'm gonna smash him in his face with my mallet.
I think I shall break out Maddening Shriek.
Ah.
This is a good one, and this shall disorient him, basically. So let me just do some.
What does the special ability Wonderbolt do again?
Let me check the rulebook.
So I need to see what Talented does.
Wonderbolt. It would allow you to pull off a difficult task for base limits to that. Alright. When making this good independence, might spend a point of virtue to activate this special ability and gain a bonus to the 2d6 roll. In addition, if the skill check is successful, they may immediately recover an amount of fortitude and willpower as a second wind of encouragement from their success. Oh. And you want me to look up Talented, Caleb?
Yeah.
Talented, alright. Alright, so units may gain bonuses to skill checks when they are using magic by putting points into this special ability.
Alright. But how much would level 6 grab me?
Plus it's to skill check rolls, plus and telekinesis, and plus 2 bonus.
Okay. So it's a +6.
Plus 6, yes.
Alright.
Alright, so Jack, you did Maddening Shriek?
Yep. Roll for effectiveness.
Yep.
That's 7.
7. And then, can I get an addition for that from you guys?
Yeah.
I got.
Or at least from Astra, given the fact that Troy's in the uniform.
So that'd be 14.
Alright, well. I'm going to go ahead and say that the Shriek pierces through the Mind Neigher for a moment, but he resists and is able to dispel it.
Wouldn't that be wait? Is that because he didn't roll high enough?
Yeah, it's because he didn't roll high enough.
Wouldn't
Well,
that be
what-
able to give him a boost from rolling? Like we know.
I'm starting to get.
I was able to, because I'm a unicorn.
Oh, okay.
I'm starting to get taking issue with this because it's just like when it was with the.
I was aiming for 15.
Well, with the D20s, it was easy to hit a 15, but with these 4 dice, it's harder, and it shouldn't be that hard to hit something that's average because you have to have bonuses in order to get to the average point. And I'm
And I
having.
hear what you're saying,
I'm taking
but, you know,
issue with it.
This is a thing of luck.
yeah, it's a matter of luck, really. Anyways, so,
Not high enough luck.
so kind of do something at this
Do a
point.
luck roll. We've only done one luck roll before.
Alright. Yeah, the whole world's gonna have a shitty day today.
Alright, anyways, I'd like to light him on fire.
Okay, do you have a spell for that? Let's go ahead and invent, shall we?
Yeah.
Alright, so It's an individual, or do you want to cast it on an area?
Individual.
Alright. So it's one. Do you want to have to touch him or see him?
See.
Alright, so that brings our spell cost for 3. Do you want to be immediate or sustained?
Do sustained. Long time burn, dude.
Well, immediate, the flame will just catch, but then they can be put out if you jump into a water. If it were sustained, you can keep the flames going even underwater.
But if you...
Is there water nearby?
You're not
He
sure.
could, and besides, he could also conjure water himself. So
Yeah.
I'd have to say.
You can conjure water. So.
Is there any way to keep it going without me having to focus on it?
That would be temporary, which would cost an extra 4 spell cost. Right now we're currently at 3 in terms of spell cost.
So
Alright,
just-
I'll go with temporary.
Alright, so we're at 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, how long is temporary?
It lasts for a short while, like it's like a couple minutes maybe. Maybe a little.
How
For
much
fire,
burn
that's a
damage?
lot.
Alright, function is standard, so that brings up 8. You're going to be using, I'm going to say animate, I guess. So that brings us up to 9. And then you're going to be going with air and heat, I guess. So that brings us up to a spell cost of 11.
Alright.
So you can take that at any amount from your fortitude and willpower as long as you set up as a grand total of 11. You can take from that both though.
I'm gonna record this.
Okay.
And if there's someone who's just gonna smash his face in the mallet. I like the mallet.
Temporary. Cost 11. Alright. Alright, so 40 minus 11, that will be 29.
Alright.
Wait.
And of course you gotta roll for your effectiveness, that's 2d6.
Oh,
plus,
yeah.
plus your spellcasting and other stuff. So.
And mind.
And talented, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
9.
9, 10, 11, 12. Okay.
With your mind bonus onto that,
Plus
that's
12.
15, so
9 plus 24.
9 plus 24. That's 33.
Hmm?
9 plus 24.
Alright, yeah, 33.
That's your total.
33!
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, pretty good.
Okay, cool. So,
How
yeah,
did it-
that's a success. That's like a double success. You only need to beat a 15 here. So,
And you get a 33?
Wait,
That's
if
more
I
than
only need to
double.
beat a 15, then just my bonuses took care of that.
well, okay, so
Actually, just my spellcasting.
So, what color is your character's aura? It's the same color as your character's eyes.
That's.
Well, the color of a unicorn's magic aura is typically the same color as their eyes. There are a few exceptions.
Mine is a white color, but my actual eyes are gray.
Alright, so gray aura then.
It's
Alright.
a white aura.
No, it's great. It's to
Quiet
the
you.
unicorn.
It's
No.
Typically.
No,
No,
Typically.
it's your eye color.
it's your eye color. It's always your eye color.
It's
Usually
my
the
own
only difference-
character.
The only
With-
difference I'm aware of is like with alicorns.
Yeah, that's the only exception, and it can't be different.
And I don't think you're an alicorn right now, are
No, he's not.
No.
Anyway, so with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and say the flames that erupt around the Mind Neigher are gray in color, so just like grayscale fire, which causes it to roar out in agony. And you can tell it's trying multiple times to just dispel the fire, but it's not working. So
Beat a 33 douchebag.
so it stumbles backwards. The flames start to ignite the grass and leaves around it.
Oh, great.
you? Thanks.
You're welcome.
Anyone want some Black Forest ham? I have a feeling we're gonna have roast beef in a few moments.
We're all ponies.
You fucking idiot.
Well, besides my
Talking out of
character's
context.
sister, and one more character
Talking
that
out
you
of
guys
context.
probably aren't aware of.
Anyways, so Twilight promptly proceeds to also cast a spell, which basically shackles the Mind Neigher to the ground.
You.
Then I run up and smash it.
That's great. That is just great.
So-
He's shackled to the ground on fire.
So after about 2 minutes, the spell wears off, and the Mind Neigher is now crouching there on the ground, breathing heavily as though trying not to die. And its fur's all been completely burned off. Its mane's completely gone.
This is what you get for messing with Heisenberg. To send a message. Do not mess with Heisenberg.
I don't quite get it, but I still find it hilarious.
From Breaking Bad.
I don't watch that show.
Alright, how much health would it have left?
It doesn't go by a health counter.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, it doesn't.
It's just pretty much how badly we can screw it up.
Alright, melt to the face.
Alright. So,
And I'm also gonna put a spell. Wait, does those shackles also stop it from using magic?
you can only use some spells. It hasn't done anything yet.
Okay, well, I'm gonna use the spell just in case so that he can't teleport away. So, creating spell time.
Okay.
Idea.
What do you... Okay,
What's your
Are there
idea?
any rocks around?
hold on.
Smash his face.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Something
okay, so Jack,
much
you're running a spell?
more
Yeah.
horrible.
Alright, what do you want it to do?
It's gonna prevent him from using magic.
Alright, so that
What
would
is
be
it?
individual, scene,
What is it?
sustained,
If it isn't a rock, will you tell me?
There's a rock.
And do you mind if Caleb does it? Because I don't think I'll be able
What?
to do this spell that will prevent him from using his magic.
Actually, I had an idea that I might need my willpower for.
What?
I was saying if I want, I was gonna see if there's any rocks nearby.
It's the forest. There are plenty of rocks around.
Brilliant.
They're not very big, but there are rocks around.
Oh, it doesn't need to be big.
Alright.
Remember what I was saying
Oh.
to you in front of the library?
Well, fine. I'll just cast a spell then, and it shouldn't be too hard to get.
So many easy ways to kill somebody with magic, ain't there?
Okay. So spell.
Alright,
Yay.
okay. So you're just casting the same spell he had in mind, or?
I'm casting the spell that will prevent him from using magic.
Alright, so I think that'll be individual, scene.
I don't think I'll be
sustained,
needing to
standard.
roll these.
So we got 1, 3, 5, and 6. The effect, I have a feeling, will probably be modify and diminish. So it brings up to 8, and then subject would be magic and energy, I guess. That brings us up to 10.
Okay.
So
So.
your spell cost is 10. And it has to be sustained as long as you can focus on the magic.
Okay.
So the longer you focus on it, the more it's going to work.
Okay, so
So
how
does
much
it?
would
Do I?
it cost you?
Hey Josh, how you doing on your game?
I switch hands.
What game are you playing now?
Let me check the thing. To the teleport or
I'll be right back, guys.
we're working with Caleb right now, anyways.
I'm not really doing anything. He's just gonna. Just call me when it's fine. I'm just. I need to talk about
So to teleport a rock, that'd probably be an individual. Do you want it to be if you are holding the rock or just see it?
Hold it.
Alright. So contact if it's a 2. It's an immediate effect, so 3. Standard is 4. And the effect is probably going to be separate
just-
and animate, I guess. So that brings us up to.
Wait, animate?
Yeah, I guess. It brings us up to 6. And then you're moving a rock, and you're using magic to do so. Earth and magic, so that brings up to 8 spell cost.
That is brilliant. It doesn't cost that much at all.
Indeed.
That is indeed horrible, though. Just how easy it is to do this.
Indeed.
Like,
Well,
if it weren't for the special properties surrounding an alicorn, I suppose if it were like a magic rock, like a rock created out of magic,
well,
then
just
it would
roll
pretty
your
easily
effectiveness.
kill them.
Well, roll your effectiveness, see how well you do. Because if you roll too low, you won't get this.
How much will I need to roll?
I'm going to go ahead and say, given what you're trying to do, you're trying to teleport a rock inside of the Mind Neigher's body, I'm going to say you need to beat the 20. Just roll.
My bonuses beat it though.
We'll roll anyway. I want to see how badly you screw this bastard over.
Alright. 24 plus 5, so that's 29.
Yeesh.
And considering where this, you know where this is going to be teleported at, right?
The heart. Ouch.
So just going to watch the heart rip itself apart.
Yeah, so basically, Jack, you watch as
And I already used the spell, so we can't use magic.
so I just Caleb's character picks up a rock, just sort of smirks at the Mind Neigher, and then the rock disappears in a flash of gray light.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
At which point, Protagonist to the Mind Neigher starts to lock up and starts coughing and hacking. Blood starts flying out of its mouth. Its chest starts to turn a shade of purple. as though we're bruising badly, and finally just sort of slumps to the ground and stops moving.
Yeah.
Someone check to make sure it's dead.
Alright.
Troy! Ballot time!
Roy, get your fat ass over here.
It's hammer time!
Yeah, okay, what happens?
I teleported a rock inside of its heart.
So now we want to make sure it's dead.
Yeah.
The look on Troy's face.
You teleport a rock into its heart, and you need me to make sure it's dead?
Yeah. They've had bad luck with this thing so far.
Bashed it on the head a few times, so.
Oh, I have no problem doing that. Okay, so my heavy is a 3, my body is a 1.
One thing is instantly is taking care of its pulse. And like the thing's already chained down, so it can't move.
No, I'm just gonna beat the shit out of it in the face with my mallet.
Okay.
4 and 3 and 1, so that's 8.
8. 8. Okay.
Damn.
Oh, given the circumstance, I'm just gonna say that it's enough.
Okay.
And you basically just
Smash its face open. Its brains are splattered everywhere.
That's for the DM to decide.
Garbage day.
And send sort of those. Snaps to the side and stops moving.
Oh, that's lame. If I just... Okay.
It's time for cupcakes.
It's hammer
You
time.
rolled an 8, dude.
You rolled an 8 to deal with.
Yeah, good point. It's dead, so it's good.
Yep.
Time to loot the body?
Mind Neigher has just died. His rave right there just died recently.
I think several people will enjoy the way I killed this thing.
Hopefully.
Well,
I'll
Josh,
give some ideas of how easy it is to
wouldn't
kill
it be
something
fucked
back.
up? It's just like you're going up against somebody and there's a big rock somewhere and you just like teleport that into their heart and it kills them.
It was more like a rock like this big, so it was a
But
small thing.
still.
Still.
That'd still kill him.
Yeah.
That'd be a bitch move.
Just any, even
Rock.
something extremely small in their heart's gonna kill them. It's gonna rip itself apart.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just.
And which is pretty much happened to mine, Troy. Sit, boy.
Oh, I really don't want to say.
Sit.
Sit, boy.
What the hell's wrong with you guys? Don't call me boy. What's wrong with you guys?
Sit, bitch.
Just sit. Come on.
Just
Alright.
I can't
sit down. It's a little distracting.
So you a little distracted.
Damn badass.
Trenton weighs more than I do.
Yeah, and Trenton's badass too.
Okay.
Alright, so.
I'm only 245, so shut up.
Alright, so. At about this point, Phoenix will slowly approach the Mind Neigher. A look of sort of like a happy anger on his face, so to speak. Like as though he's angry at it, but he's happy it's dead, sort of
Phoenix is a girl.
look. Oh, girl. My bad. I've been using a boy this whole time.
Jesus.
Okay. Okay, so
What, do you
she.
think a girl is incapable of running a rebellion?
Sorry,
Yes.
I forgot the sheet of paper, so I wasn't able to double check on that.
Yeah, alright.
I don't think it specified if it was a boy or girl either, or that emo.
It was a girl.
Okay.
I specified gender, some of the backstory, their connection.
No, well, you might have misheard something because I've been under the impression Phoenix was a boy this whole time.
Nope. Phoenix is a girl.
So Phoenix slowly approaches the Mind Neigher's corpse, at which point something bursts out of the bushes not far off.
Got my mallet ready.
And before any of you really have much of a chance to react, there's a spray of blood from Phoenix, who then proceeds to fall on his side.
Her.
Her side, my bad.
Oh god.
Now then,
Is there an arrow in her knee?
There's actually a game called Arrow in the Knee.
Really?
Okay, can we move
It's
on?
a fortress defending game.
cool.
Aw.
Well, another case is, so no end of surprise reaches you when you actually see Shadow Rave there.
Oh, fucking Christ.
And he also looks healed.
Ah.
At which point, Tom proceeds to just sort of look at him and say, "How did you get out?"
Question is, how didn't you? Sorry. Just go.
Shadow Rave smirks for some saying, "You know teleportation magic is quite handy, don't you agree?" A look of comprehension dawns on Twilicht's face, and it strikes you that it's very possible the Mind Neigher probably teleported into the jail and got him out.
That doesn't make much
Might not be
sense,
all
but
right.
okay.
Well, no one was really there.
It doesn't make much sense. They were having a dispute on whether what and why the hell would he get him out of jail. I don't understand when he could just have taken him, and it doesn't make much sense.
No, this is how I'd interpret it. Think about it. Mynheer rescues him, heals him up with the potion. Now he owes him a debt.
That means nothing to the Griffins.
Yeah, it doesn't really mean jack shit. I think this is just... it doesn't make much sense, but oh well.
Well, it's a theory at any rate. It's possible, but you're not sure if it's what actually happened.
There is no loyalty for traitors.
Anyway, so... At which point, Larkspur promptly proceeds to charge Shadow Rave, a scream of rage echoing from her throat. And this proves to be a bad idea as Shadow Rave ducks underneath her swing and basically stabs her in the chest with his claws, causing her to slump over unconscious. Anyways, at this point, he probably proceeds to pick her up, glare at the lot of you, and then takes off into the sky. Any of you have anything to do before he moves out of sight?
I set up a tracking
Teleport a
spell.
rock?
Well,
It's a bit far into this point, Caleb.
Why not chain him
I
down
put a
with
tracking
chains?
spell on him.
I kind of said a whole bunch of shit before I could do anything.
I put a tracking spell on him without him noticing.
Or you guys can, because Caleb has a fairly decent amount of his fortitude and willpower left, why don't you chain him down with the spell that Jack's been using and then teleport a rock into his heart and stop what he's doing while someone runs up there and kills him?
Yes.
Ooh. Actually, Caleb, don't you have something?
My signature move is a chain that brings anything to the ground. No matter what, it brings it.
Yes. Let's do this.
Do your signature move, then teleport
Bring
the
him
rock
down
into
to the
his
ground.
heart.
Someone's gonna need to catch Larkspur, though.
I will be putting
I'll
Shadow
fly.
Rave in chains, and he'll
I'll
get
fly up there, I'll fly
No,
up.
that's just my signature move.
Oh, he puts him down and put him in chains?
Oh yeah, like
Silver
normal
chains,
chains
yeah.
thing would just be like, oh look,
Yes,
restricted
yes,
movement.
yes,
This
yes,
is
yes.
like, chains.
It's like plummet.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
let's do this.
Alright. So your signature move, you can activate it, Caleb, there?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So for a second there, Shadow Rave continues to fly in a bit before several silver chains come, or glowing silver chains.
Oh my god. Wait.
What?
No, for fuck's sake.
Weather Witch.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Hold that
You're
thought.
shooting chains up to him, right? With Weather Witch, I can control the weather.
You need to be able to. It's physical interaction. You push the concept with your host and such. And we need to get a certain effect. You can't just go.
And besides,
I'm gonna do this.
this is gonna work
I
either
can't
way.
make
so.
lightning come
You
down
need-
and
you
strike
need-
the chain so I can electrocute him.
He's
while
also
I'm
holding
under.
on to
One Larkspur.
yeah.
And you're
chains
gonna-
with someone
sorry.
connected to me.
Sorry.
Anyway, so
Never mind.
at this point,
Like I will also be rooted in place with this though.
so
Kind of can't leave the ground.
at this point, the chains promise you to pull, basically stab through all four of Shadow Rave's limbs, and then start pulling him rapidly towards the ground at breakneck speeds. And,
Yeah.
and he's out of your sight moments later because he already made some considerable distance, and you see a poof of dust a little ways off, and a loud crashing sound.
Because I know exactly where he is though.
Yeah, you know exactly where he is.
So,
Let's follow the chains and beat the shit out of this bugger.
well, first you're going to want to catch that.
Well, I declare I flew up there and caught the person, so.
Alright. Well, in other cases,
Like I said, someone's gonna stay with me though. Because like I said, I'm rooted in place too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna kick Shadow Rave's ass.
Well, I'll just stay there and guard you.
Like you're already over there though.
Oh, yeah, shut up.
oh,
Besides, Brush Up's with us too, so
yeah, Brush Up's gonna stay there with your character. Alright, so the rest of you soon arrive on scene, whereupon you see Shadow trying to break through the chains, but they're holding him pretty.
that ain't happening.
Oh, fuck that shit.
These things are curled around his bones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Ow. That's all I gotta say.
I proceed to cast. Well, just for good measure, I'm just gonna put my own set of chains on him, just to be sure.
Okay.
I put my own set on him, so,
Alright, so
now he can't
Didn't
break.
that cost like 7 last time? It was spell cost. I forget.
Well, so I do have 1 point on Great and Powerful, so it would remove the point, so it'd be like 6.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was like 8 or 6 last time. I forget.
Yeah,
which.
so I'd say it's like 6 since it was like 7 when I first casted it, and then I just realized that I have a point in Great and Powerful, so that typically removes one
okay,
use.
okay,
So
okay.
it's now like 6.
Okay. Cool.
So, and actually, would she be just deduct 5, so you actually have the +1 that you forgot to deduct last time?
Oh yeah, I'll just give 1 point back to my willpower.
So just take down
And that was-
5 and not 6.
So
Okay, just take down 5 and not 6.
yeah.
You feel pretty unconfident out there, don't you, huh?
Okay, so
Astra's reverse is cruelty.
She's kindness is her element.
Like, well, just plain about Astra is more normally kind. During battle, she is cruel. She is horrible.
Okay. Anyways, so at this point, what do you all wish to do? Shadow Rave is kind of pinned to the ground. The Larkspur is a little ways off, looking unconscious still, and bleeding profusely.
I want
Summon healer.
I used a healing spell in Rainbow Dash last session, so
You can remember that one and use it too.
yeah, it was pretty simple. It was like maybe 7.
It was 6.
It was 6, and it just basically gave it enough.
Well,
it
if
was
it's
a simple
six-
lay on hands spell, pretty much.
Well,
Or
if it's 6 willpower or fortitude, then it would be 4 then, wouldn't it? Or 5, sorry.
Yeah, 5.
Okay,
I was about to mention that.
so I'd have 5 fortitude left, and I use a healing spell.
Alright. With that done, the wound heals, but Larkspur remains unconscious. Yeah, so,
I'm already up to it. Just follow the ballot to smash his face.
alright.
Can somebody hand me a pair of dice so I can roll? Thank you.
What'd you roll?
8. All together.
What, did you get like double ones?
No, you got
4, and then my heavy weapons 3, my body is 1.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Well, so you're able to swing him out, but he's able to move his head to the side to avoid it. Though it
He's
hurt-
like-
though it's-
How the hell would he?
No, it's
fucking
like,
move
here's
it?
his head.
Oh, it's just his.
Oh, because of Jack's change. Because of Jack's change is
Oh,
what he
right.
Yeah, my.
Well, like, he probably like just did this. Didn't move the whole body, just the head. Like, tilted his
Of course, that would hurt like a bitch. So
Probably,
yeah.
so. But he values his life more than a little pain, so.
Question. How bad do you think having chains wrapped around your bones all the way up to here?
And also having a set of magical chains on you as well.
Yeah.
Try and hurt like a motherfucker.
Dude, that guy has some severe reflexes.
Whatever the case is. He screams out in pain as he does this, but he still manages to avoid your mallet. And so, at this point, Twilight proceeds to land in the clearing after a brief flight. She probably stayed behind to make sure you were alright. Let's just go with that.
Well, I'm completely fine. It's just a matter that I can't really move right now.
Yeah, she probably noticed that and double checked. Because she doesn't know the nature of this technique. Given the fact it's unique to your character. Yeah. You know, so Twilight slowly approaches Shadow Rave, the glare on her face, except for just stopping in front of him and just eyeing him for a minute.
I'd rip out his throat.
Well, that's you.
No,
And
if I was
and
her, if I was her, I'd rip out the throat.
Well, that's you. You're not
That's
her.
you, so shut up.
Keep this in mind, though. He is the captain of
I
the
was-
Royal Guard of the Griffin Empire.
I was
that
about-
could start a war.
I was
Yeah.
about to mention that, so we don't want to kill him. We just want to send a fucking message.
Due to his crimes here, we can hurt him, but we cannot kill him. Because he's essential in the Griffin Empire.
Anyway, so without a word, Twilight just goes ahead and casts a sleep spell on knocking him completely unconscious. The same sort of spell he cast on Hemlock earlier. Anyway, so with Shadow Rave now unconscious, she turns to the rest of you and smiles brightly for a second. Well, that takes care of that. Mind Neigher's dead.
And now we just gotta check up back on Hemlock, see how his progress is doing.
She nods. Right. Even though we've dealt with this Mind Neigher, his mind is still trapped, so we're gonna have to find a way to get him out. Which is probably easier said than done.
Maybe if I put some rocks in his talons, he'll remember me.
What?
Maybe if I put some rocks in his hand, he'll remember me.
Wishful thinking. It's not that his memories have been scrambled, it's just that his consciousness has been completely overthrown by another one. The other one has his memories as the ones that are currently active, so he'll have no memory of that.
Cool.
Muscle memory, maybe, but not actual memory. Not mental memory.
It'd be fun if he didn't fucking throw the rocks in my face.
I was talking to Troy about an idea he had to get your character to wake up that would not work at all.
But my character's mind is still awake, looking outwards.
Yeah, but can't really do much. You're still trapped. Anyways, so
It's like a glass prison.
You probably would have laughed your ass off there because I said place rocks in your hand.
he can only see through the eyes of his body. He just can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
But his body currently isn't there. Sorenxoras isn't currently awake. He's just sort of standing there in a jail cell looking at a wall.
It's just.
Anyways, so Twilight collects Larkspur, double, and you all proceed to make your way back to Ponyville after making sure every pony's all right. So you finally managed to get back in town, at which point the sun has set and it's nighttime, and you return to the library.
And what about Shadow Rave? What has done to him?
Twilight brings him along as well, and uses the same stuff she used on one Griffin and teleports him to the Ponyville jail to be transferred to Canterlot for dealing with. Anyways, so
they're not on the root to the ground anymore. Would like to tighten the chains and break his legs though. That would be nice.
whatever the case is,
I got a question about MLP. Is there any other males in there besides?
oh yeah, they're male characters.
Yeah, I can name off 10.
They're just not main characters.
Yeah.
I mean, any male main characters besides.
The closest to
Spike.
that would be Big Macintosh.
Yeah, that's
Spike, actually.
Spike, yeah.
Big Macintosh.
He's Applejack's.
I have a beanie with his cutie mark on it in my room.
That's all.
Yeah, I know he's seen it, but I'm.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like most I saw in your room was the poster and the vinyl scratch thing.
Alright, well.
Oh, he has a vinyl scratch thing? What is it?
It's a plastic figure.
Cool.
Anyway, so.
Vinyl scratch breakdancing.
Yeah. Anyway, so you finally arrive at the library, whereupon Twilight sends for Hemlock to be brought back to the library for healing.
Oh, a hat.
Yeah.
Instead of beanie.
A beanie.
It's a hat.
Yeah, it's a beanie.
Anyway, so.
That's cool.
So, you're all, so after quite a while, you're all finally back at the library, right?
I just bumped it.
And as I mentioned, Twilight has sent for Hemlock to be brought back to the library with the intention of reawakening his mind. Anyways, so at this point,
Can I possibly use my virtue to restore some of my willpower?
go ahead.
No, I can do that too.
Is
Want
that
me to
2
use
dice or 1 dice?
I think it's 1d6 per virtue point.
That's 1d6. Does anybody want me to use my
Just restore
virtue?
by 4.
I only have like 3 willpower and 15 fortitude.
Yeah, I don't want you to be sidelined, so I'm going to use my virtue. And
Of course,
get
there's
your-
also the musical number that I could activate.
No.
No.
And I'll do that for a later time.
What was
I'm
that?
not sure how well it would fit the current scene anyway.
Yeah, I'll do it at a later date, but the musical number restores all willpower and all fortitude for the whole party. So, if we're in a heavy pickle, I'll do that. So, does it restore all my willpower and fortitude?
No, just
So
one.
just 1d6 worth.
Okay, so...
That's what he's already rolling for it.
Jack, use your virtue point to restore my willpower.
So,
Because
that
I'm
would
pretty
be...
sure that whatever spell I need to
that
cast
would be
for this will
6?
take a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so, 3...
3, 6, 9.
So, it's 9 power.
And so, eventually, Larkspur arrives once again, and she wakes up, and then Hemlock is delivered shortly thereafter, still unconscious. Anyway, Larkspur just spends the majority of her time near Hemlock, making sure he doesn't do anything, and also just eyeing him with sadness in her eyes, while the rest of you do what? Discuss your options for getting him out, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find a way. Since the link is broken between the Mind Neigher and him, it should be easier.
Yeah, quite a bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, the amazing thing is we've already almost blown completely through the episode, almost. I'm amazed how quickly we went through this one. I'll just improvise when we're done here.
Well, the 2nd and 4th spell, would those help at all?
2nd and 4th?
Yeah.
Tell me what they do. What's Dance Puppet Dancer? I remember what releasing
Okay.
spell does, but what about Dance Puppet
The
Dance?
dance puppet dance, that just forces somebody to dance for a bit.
Okay.
I actually plan on doing that to Jack, who
Yeah.
pissed me off.
Okay, well, I already guys this.
Or if he starts singing.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Actually, start singing, I was going to use it on you.
Fuck you,
No,
I
Twilight.
don't
I'd
dance.
use it on Twilight just for sheer laughter. Because she's horrible at dancing. pretty sure anyone that's seen an episode
Yeah.
should know she dances horrible.
Oh yeah, it was proven in the question girls too. Anyway, so after a short while, Ty probably ceased to get an idea. You can tell by the way she perks, and then she says, "Actually, I've got an idea. If I visit Sorenxoras, she might be able to help us get something. Since there are 2 minds in the body, if we can make the current mind go dormant, maybe through a potion of some kind, the other one should be able to resurface until the potion wears off. It's just a thought, and it might not work, but it's worth a try.
Very well.
Discuss your ideas. I'll be back with the potion here shortly." After she promises to gallop out the door and flies off towards the other forest again.
God damn it, I was gonna come with her. Because I know something's terrible is gonna happen. I know. I just have a fucking... my sixth sense, something's terrible gonna happen.
You want to activate that?
Yeah, something... I know that something's terrible is gonna happen.
You are fairly certain something.
I'm fairly certain that something's gonna happen.
Actually, no. You don't detect anything. Except for some weird rousting in a house on the second story not far away, but that's about it.
Okay.
Lol.
Damn it.
That's about all you detect, just some subtle movement. Caleb, stop it.
Just...
I'm sure you all got the innuendo.
Yeah.
Caleb, stop that. Here's the theoretical hole.
No.
Good God, Troy. Jesus Christ.
No.
I'm glad we didn't have visuals for this episode.
Strange people. Strange habits. When you're feeling homesick and you decide to crawl back into your mother's vagina.
Nobody should ever be that homesick.
That's just sad, okay? That is just sad and disgusting.
It is.
You.
Alright, so.
When you decide to whack off with a hammer.
Alright, so just so you know, unlike before when you first started down the path it took towards the start of the episode, you only had access to 3 endings, but because of how things have turned out, you now have access to all 4, or 5, excuse me. Play your cards wisely.
Okay.
So eventually Twilight returns, right? And she is carrying a small potion in her mouth. It's capped so it won't spill all over the place. And upon re-entering, she sets it down on a table and then turns back to the lot of you. Alright, so we have a number of options here. Given the fact that the Mind Neigher has been dealt with, any and all of these options should work, but it all depends on how much power we can put into it. The more power we put in, the more potential there is for accidentally harming him with our own abilities. Mind magic is extremely delicate.
Indeed.
Yes, go ahead.
In this part, could we therefore use up almost all? I mean, that could be like sideline one of our characters to help him.
That would be virtue you'd be wanting to use, not willpower.
Oh, okay.
So no, not really. Anyway, so Twilight pulls up the potion and says, "This potion could last for about 3 uses, and it's a 24-hour duration. So basically, Hemlock would have about 3 days for us to find another route to permanently free him. But that's the safest but least efficient route. The other routes I can think of have various levels of efficiency, but also various levels of risk."
Anybody in favor of hearing other alternate uses, or do you guys want to go with the potion?
Yeah, I'd like to hear what all.
Yeah, let's hear all of our options before we make any decisions.
Well, we could try jumping into Hemlock's mind and trying to basically force the mind into submission, but I'm not exactly for that one. Another one I can think of is... She pauses. Hesitates.
I don't think I'd rather want to go to your mind. I don't know what's in there.
Well, she was about to say another one, so.
There's a big black robe fist with your name on it.
I'm not going.
Anyway, so she says, well, when I was scanning his mind, I found something out. He actually has the capacity to use magic under certain circumstances.
Interesting.
Because you
Confused.
see, his spirit is that of a unicorn. He was originally a unicorn. I don't know how long ago.
You're a unicorn inside of a griffin.
I don't know how he's managed to get to where he is now, and I'd rather not know. The only ways I can think of are rather dark in their implications, but...
Is there a technical term for that?
But what I'm thinking is, if we can manage to give him some sort of channel, then he might be able to break his own way out, and that would require less dirtying of our hooves on our parts.
But what is the efficiency of this?
Well, it would be relatively efficient, probably one of the safer ways. It would give him the capacity to use magic, but could potentially be dangerous for him as well.
How dangerous?
Well, most notably, in using magic, it would cost a lot more for him to use magic for even the simplest spells than the rest of us. Simple telekinesis would cost a lot more of his power to use. In game terms, if he gets that ability, he could cast spells, but it would cost double the normal spell cost.
Alright.
Ooh.
I'm fine with that.
It's like you basically wouldn't be able to cast anything with a higher radius of like 20. Because the higher it is, the higher the final spell cost.
I could, but it would sideline me.
Wait, that sounded 3. How many options do we have?
She goes, the rest of the options are basically just spin-offs of the ones I mentioned. Variations, so to speak.
How much of this off?
Caleb just has a little spaz attack.
Yeah.
So they're just little spin-offs of already ones that she's mentioned. What are the success rates of those?
Well, most notably, from what you've heard, the potion would be the safest start to go, but it's only temporary solution, about 3 days worth, so about 72 hours.
I don't think guys would really go for the potion.
But that would give you time to work with Hemlock to try and find a permanent solution, because he would be awake at that time. Your other options are to give him some sort of way to use his magic himself to break out, or force his inner mind into submission, and each of those have their own risks and each have their own risks.
Wait a minute. If he's awake from the potion, therefore can we use that to our advantage of having him be in a relaxed state, trying to get him to be calm, and then enter his mind, get him to submission so it'd be easier on us while we're doing
Even
it?
the fact that the other mind is basically just an animal, that probably wouldn't work.
Give it food.
It's a predator, so
Give it food.
it eats meat.
It wouldn't really matter.
Alright, so all in favor for doing the potion?
I'm torn between 2 ones. I'm sort of going with the potion, leaning on that side.
What about you, Caleb?
What does Astra think?
I'm staying silent on this matter due to background.
Pretty good.
But we need...
Because this sounds very, very familiar to this character.
No.
So it's just me and you deciding then?
Yeah, I'm still torn between the one where we force to use his magic and the one where we use the potion. The one where we force him to submission is out of the question.
Oh yeah, because
It'd probably kill him or
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So
if
that really
if his mind gets harmed at all while in the mental world, so to speak, he could potentially stand up and fall into permanence.
The mental quarrel with us and his other being, that's completely out of the picture. So either we force him to use the magic or the potion.
Well, not force him to use the magic.
Oh.
Accurately, it's giving him a channel. So like how Unicorn's Horn is a channel, you basically give him an artificial channel.
So there's a chance he won't even be able to use his magic?
He would be able to use it,
No,
it would
like-
just cost double the normal magic.
But would he know he could use the magic?
Unicorns are born with the innate knowledge on how to use magic. That is just, it's like muscle memory. Instinct. They just know how to do it. But
Question.
Shoot.
Switching into my Sorenxoras line, is there... have I regained my memory?
Some of it. Not all of it, though.
But I at least understand what I am, though.
You understand what you are.
Alright.
But you don't have any way to channel any magic out of your body right now. It's all internal.
Alright.
So
and just a side effect of possibly
for the
using
channel?
magic would also be that you would be able to drain your magic pool, which also means you would temporarily lose the ability to walk in clouds if
I'm
you
going with
sideline
the channel.
yourself.
Alright, let's go for the channel.
We're going with the channel.
Alright.
Yeah.
The artificial channel then?
Yeah, the
Yep.
artificial channel.
Alright. Taught us. Alright. Any unicorns in the group should probably give me a hand with this. This could get, well,
Yep.
it could get windy.
Yep, I'll help,
Very
of
well.
course.
So,
I've got
I will bet
three
I'm not a
willpower,
unicorn.
How much virtue do you have left? You
Uh,
still have one.
I
yeah, I
have
still
one.
have one.
well, guys, go ahead and who wants to roll first?
Well, mine is probably going to give a big boost to this.
And then, yeah, you'll do first, and then I'll just give you points
Give
on.
you the +1.
9.
33.
Again.
And then I'll roll mine,
Alright.
and this will give it additions.
So that's 7.
And then plus, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I give 13 points along with it.
No,
Jesus, that's 46.
Well,
I think we successfully do it.
yeah, pretty much. Whatever the case. All three of you who start channeling your magic, and Twilight immediately picks out a specific body part that would work best for a channel. She chooses your right index talon, so basically this finger, the pointing finger. And what basically happens is grooves start to form along it, sort of a spiral, sort of wearing their way into the cloth for several moments, causing you to wince in pain as it happens.
Oh god, that would suck so much if your male and it was somewhere else. Could you just imagine that pain?
Look at us while it's drawn together.
I don't get it, but okay.
That's a TV
Yes,
show.
I've seen it. My friend showed it to me.
Well, whatever the case is, the pig. Okay, that's enough of that. So finally, the magic stops after a while, and Caleb, we're heading back inside of Soren's mind now.
Yeah.
Basically, you're suddenly flooded with a burst of memory, and that memory is on how to use magic. It is, you suddenly feel very nostalgic as the instinctual memory on how to use it comes back to you. What do you wish to do with that knowledge?
First of all, I'd like to take a look at the window in the shrine.
The window at this point is no longer a pure yellow flame, instead it's a black and yellow flame contesting for space.
Which flame is represented by him?
The black one.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the black flame. The yellow flame is the mind.
Alright.
That is the black flame.
Okay.
And so, what do you wish to do at this point then, Caleb?
Oh crap.
What?
Remember, it'll take double the willpower.
Double the
You
spell
sure?
cost. to
Yeah,
cast
spell
any spell
cost.
roll.
So yeah.
Is my person also restored? The fortitude and willpower thing?
I mean, Sorenxoras?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and restore those really quick.
Awesome.
And it's between episodes, your mind is to sleep, so the body has been able to recover completely. So,
That's really good because he would have been instantaneously sidelined. His willpower
Oh, the
was at 0.
sideline this entire time. But now, this character has even more willpower than Astra does,
oh, cool.
having 30.
Huh,
Alright,
nice.
so.
Ash has 40 willpower?
Yeah.
So do I.
Cool.
Right, your heart.
Anyways, so, what do you wish to do at this point then?
I'd say.
Will he need to show dominance over the other being within him by
Depends
fighting
on how
it?
he goes about trying to get awake.
Okay.
Each way has different results.
Okay.
Just so we're actually starting to spiral towards an ending I hadn't even planned on.
Would this help?
Bits and bobs.
That won't help here. As it does for tools.
I got bits and bobs.
So it wouldn't help.
That won't help
Oh, shit. Well, he has bits and bobs as well, but
you. So,
Help.
so you want to use that particular spell?
If you take a look at it, would you be able to, well, get yourself better knowledge on it?
Let me look it up.
It's the releasing spell.
really?
And there's also mind restoration.
Can I see the spells you've written down? Mind res, dance, puppet, dance, releasing spell, and temporary flames.
Well, here's the problem with that. Its spell level is 24,
Yeah.
which means it would cost you 48 to cast it.
Technically, you could do that because if you
would
sap.
you can
Well, I
sacrifice-
can divide between my fortitude and willpower, can I?
Yeah, you can. It
Alright.
would just be freaking exhausting.
So just take 24 from there and 24 from there.
And also, you're gonna have to roll. I'm gonna go ahead and say a 15 to beat this. So
He already wins.
Isn't Astra.
he's
Oh.
using Sorenxoras to do this one.
Oh,
That's
shit.
why I only get
all
a-
the bonuses.
I'd have to roll 6/6 for it. I would have to.
We can't interfere whatsoever, can we?
Well, you could, well, you might be able, with some help from Twilight, be able to enter into his mindscape briefly to try and help, but your help would be limited to +1 per individual who enters the mind. And only unicorns would be able to enter, so. Altogether, it would be around about a +3.
Why can't I be unicorn?
I have plenty of unicorns up in the house.
How much does the mind restoration count for?
Let me check.
How difficult is that?
Let me check. Its spell level is 8. Let me check what it does. Restoration. By touching a creature under the effects of a mind-affecting power, the caster can undo the effects of the power with the spell. Just bear in mind, you're not under the effects of any spell now. One spirit's going to just dominate over the other.
Alright, fudge.
Use brutality.
You could try inventing a spell, and I could help you with it.
Does this character have the same mind, body, and heart as me?
Pretty much.
Alright.
Maybe not as much because they don't have the innate knowledge.
Wait, would it be basically like a Shadow Link, but with more brute force and not as
It's just another mind. Not so they share a body, but not necessarily knowledge. So I'm going to go ahead and say this ability in terms of magical process is much weaker than you are. Doesn't even really possess the knowledge of how to use magic because this particular entity was born a griffin.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have the natural born instinctual knowledge of how to use magic.
But it can use magic, though. Yes.
If it had the instinctual knowledge on how to, Caleb can, but it can't.
Could it attempt to find out?
No. This is sort of like knowing that you need to. This is sort of the knowledge of knowing that you need to breathe. You don't know how you know, you just do.
Okay.
Question. Casting a spell, will that go towards my damage for my Lionheart ability?
Let's say no in this case.
Damn. Oh.
Because you're willingly causing this damage to yourself.
Alright. Let's see.
But it's for the greater good.
Yeah. Want to invent a spell to try and help yourself?
Shit.
Probably be the best idea you can do at the time.
I guess my only fear is that this character was not built around spellcasting, because I wasn't sure what Brian was going to say about it.
We don't really have to use the spells. Because you can just totally, that would just be like a last resort, and you can totally build it off of what you're planning on.
Oh my god.
Is there any way I can possibly speak into Twilight right now?
You could try to take over the body briefly through any means you can think of, and it wouldn't be a permanent solution, but you could temporarily maybe speak through the body. But you need to possibly invent a spell to do it.
It's my wondering that if I can get somebody to create a body for this thing inside my own mind, I could possibly kill it. But being as I have no way of relaying this information to you guys currently,
You're gonna have to
I
improvise.
don't have an idea. of
So
how to do it.
basically, you want us to make a husk or, if you will, a shell to imprison an entity into it and then crush it.
No.
What he wants to do is make a body so that he gets killed, pretty much. Inside of his
Yeah,
body.
a husk or a shell for it to,
In his mind.
in his mind, yes.
Okay.
Sort of.
Here is, let's say this circle is my mind.
Okay.
I'm in here. But the
Raging monsters, beast thing.
is outside of this. What I'm wanting is, say, put from out here into here.
So that way they can fight out for the body.
Yeah. Because I have...
But wouldn't you just want a transfer spell? So you can transfer different states of mind into the
That would
different...
probably cost a lot of energy.
Well, actually, if we can put it to sleep, then it'd be forced back into its own mind. Like, it'd be forced into the same area where I am.
True.
Yeah, do you want to try and make a spell to help you with that?
Just do like a sleep spell, that's all. I'm probably won't even cost that
No,
much.
like a mind sleep, not a wakeful
Well,
sleep.
I mean, yeah,
Would
mind
I be
sleep.
able to inscribe a spell outside the body, like inscribe words?
What do you mean?
Like, would I be able to, let's say, inscribe a message into something outside of the body?
I suppose you could try.
Alright. Like to try and inscribe, put me to sleep.
Okay.
Well, put the body to sleep.
There we go. I'm actually just going to go ahead and do you like when you use telekinesis to levitate something and do that with it?
Yeah, like. Yeah,
It's gonna
easily
take
a quill
some
and something.
Power.
It would
That would
take
cost you
double.
2 spell cost altogether because telekinesis usually costs 1, so that would cost 2.
Just take off from fortitude because you already have 30 willpower. So it'll be down to 33.
Well, once this is inside the mind, it'll be in sort of physical battle too.
Oh, true.
It'd be sort of like when Ichigo fights Hollow Ichigo.
Yeah.
Something
Ah.
like
They've got their own body limitations inside
Okay.
the brain.
that. Anyway, so.
Which
so
is kind of
on
fucked
the,
up.
So on the outside, everyone's attention is suddenly drawn by the fact that the Talon suddenly lights up with a black aura after the spell is complete, the Twilight's casting. And not far off.
Well, actually, it's not dark magic, and my
No, your aura is black, I'm saying. Just because.
The flame
Oh,
colors.
so this time the colors are different from the eyes.
Well, for one thing, you're a griffin, not a pony at this point.
Yeah.
And
my
basically
eyes
off
are-
of your cutie mark.
It only works as unicorns. It's the same eye.
And the flame status is you being black, so I don't know.
Well, that's just the flame is black because my character's key mark means dark magic,
Oh, okay.
Typically, dark
And-
magic is green and
and it's not
Green and
dark
purple.
magic that's moving it.
if it's
right?
if it's dark magic, then it's green and purple. That's what an aura would be. It's not
Well,
black.
that was Sombra's magic, it was like nightmare magic.
Which it was dark,
It was
and
a variation
also
of dark magic.
Celestia used dark magic to display something, and it was green and purple.
Oh, whatever the case.
So it's
I
dark.
suppose dark magic has various colors depending on how you're using it. Anyways, moving on. So,
Yeah,
what do
my
you wish-
character's eyes themselves are red and black.
So do you wish to use
Dark
anything in
magic.
particular to inscribe what you're saying?
Just simple quill and ink and paper would work.
So another thing. So his town lights up with a dark aura, and not far off, Twilight, you all notice that a quill picks up out of an inkwell, starting in the same one, and starts writing something down on parchment. And of course you're saying, "Put me to sleep," right?
Put the body to sleep.
Okay.
Okay, but we're gonna spend in your house tonight.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So at this point, you all approach and see this being inscribed on the paper. Twilight looks thoughtful for a moment before a look of dawning comprehension hits her in the head, pretty much.
But wait, how do we know this is not just? No, never mind.
Just, well, near as I can tell, I think I get what he's getting at. If we put the current mind to sleep, then they'll be able to well, it's risky, but pretty much, when the mind is put to sleep, they'll both be inside the mind, and we'll basically be able to fight it out. See, and determine that way who gets to be awake.
Wait a minute. By that logic, did we just basically make it so by us choosing to
I'm gonna have a
use?
physical battle with the other body. With
Isn't
the
that one of the choices we had in the original thought to overpower the other mind?
Yeah, but that was through magical means.
Not, yeah. You're
The
basi-
magical means are making a channel for you to contact
They're allowing him
us.
to do the fight, which is a bit more,
It's a little bit more
It's
different,
different.
but it's still kind of close to the same thing.
sort of, but it's a bit more tolerable because this wouldn't be, this is not the equivalent of mind rape. This is him actually trying to win his body back, so to speak.
Okay.
Whereas if you entered and helped him with that, it would be the equivalent of a violation of one's mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which could damage me.
Yeah. The only reason why I was able to do it in the previous episode was because, for one thing, she had Caleb's consent for it, and for another thing, she was only doing some scans in the area. She wasn't really doing much.
Yeah.
Anyways, so at this point, Tut reapproaches the slowly stirring hemlock and ignites her own horn, which then probably proceeds to cause Hemlock to sort of lock up for a second and then just sort of pass out completely. The magic fading from his talon.
Alright.
Now, back inside of Caleb's mind, well, as soon as you're done channeling that energy, a yellow flame suddenly sprouts up behind you.
Dodge away from it. Well,
Fly away from it.
yeah.
Shortly thereafter, the flame disperses and you see a griffin that looks identical to you lying in the middle.
Yay.
It glances up at you for a second before snarling the most animalistic growl you've ever heard come from a griffin. It spreads its wings and charges at you.
Alright.
Throw a rock at its face.
He doesn't have a rock.
I conjure a rock?
You probably could. But given the fact that you do have access to magic now, there's a lot you could do.
Not to mention it is my own mind.
Yeah.
And
But technically,
dream.
well, actually, it's mine.
Well,
use your
and it's
sharing.
still a dream.
Yes, sort of. It's your actual mindscape. It's not really
Shoot a rock into its heart.
Not really work here.
Fine, put it in its brain.
Alright, let's see. How much would conjuring sort of weapon cost?
Conjuring a weapon probably costs not much. Depends what sort of weapon you want to conjure, what all it's made of.
Well, because he has a specialized.
Like just like a magic weapon.
A magic weapon that would be.
Should probably be a finesse weapon as well.
It is.
Okay.
It would cost about 7 normally, so it costs you about 14 to conjure it.
No, question is what weapon are you going to be conjuring?
A short sword, obviously.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, so that's 14.
Yep.
Okay. That'll put me down to 14.
Alright.
Alright, so I've now got a magic short blade.
Alright.
Awesome.
And that qualifies for your finesse weapons.
Indeed it does. Alright, now.
To be honest, I'm surprised you didn't take a rapier. Just saying.
The body's not really meant for thrusting motions, dude.
That's not what I was calling about, just because it's quick movement.
If you know what I mean, it's not made for thrusting motions.
Really?
Spiked cup.
Okay.
The penis is in the pudding.
What?
Someone audio spliced Spike saying that.
I hate people.
Oh, and I farted.
That's
Oh.
good for you.
Congratulations, moving on. Alright, so as soon as you
I feel sorry for
so as you
any
conjure
kid
the
under the
blade,
age of 10
which is
watching
slightly
this.
translucent, transparent, the other griffin comes to a halt in front of you, flapping its wings furiously and just sort of glaring at you, obviously aware of what the blade is meant for.
Alright. Is there any possible way I can scare this thing into submission?
It depends on how you want to try and do that.
Shit on its face.
Dig a dump on its face.
Take a
There are
barbell.
countless ways you could try to put on an impressive display with your sword. You could try to summon something up with magic to frighten it. You would just beat it to submission and scare it that way. There are many ways you can do this.
Cut off its arms and legs and call it good.
Is there any possible way somebody else can come in and help me with this?
Well, that would be, as has been mentioned, that would be slightly immoral, and you're aware of that.
And it's really
Well, it's
risky.
with my own consent.
You would have to alert the person. You're kind of in the middle of a fight now, so you don't really have the time to turn around and look at the eyes and go, okay, I want to write this on the paper. You don't really have the time to do that without getting your throat ripped out. So.
Oh, wouldn't you be able to do it because he has a way with magic and you can just think of what to write with the
He
quill?
needs to be able to focus, and right now he pretty much, and he needs to focus on maintaining his sword right now. Because I have it set aside, if he loses physical contact with the sword, it'll disperse and he'll have to conjure another one for the same cost as before. So keep your damn hand on that.
Oh yeah.
And if he... Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I'm getting confused between sheets now. Alright.
Okay. That's what's going on with that. Cool.
Charge it and take a swipe. I
Alright.
guess. Like a sort of feint, kind of. Not meant to hit, just like to
What?
get to move away.
Can
alright.
I make a suggestion before you finalize that?
Sure.
Well,
Well, it's not like it would matter. His character would need to hear the suggestion, so.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just to him, so he might change his mind. If I was in your position, because it's a primal creature basically, and it's going off instinct. If you provoked it to come towards you, it'd have blind rage, so you can easily sideswipe and stab it into its abdomen area and slow it down. That's something I think would probably be a little bit more strategic battle play.
It's a predator. It has the mind of a predator. Got this.
See, so
I'm gonna puff out my feathers and make myself look big.
Okay.
Still like staying alert, of course.
so
It winces for a second before roaring at you and charging forward.
Alright. Dodge out of the way and take it and swipe and pat its legs.
Alright, go ahead and roll that for your finesse weapons. What's your body?
His body's 3. And he rolled
ready.
8. 8 plus
13.
8 plus 3 is 11, and what's your finesse weapon? 8 plus 3 is 11, so what's your finesse weapon?
2.
Oh, okay.
Wait, it gets a +2 because of the fighters thing with the Eagle Splendor.
Alright.
So
Yay.
that's 16.
Congratulations, you were able to get through that. You needed to be to 15, you got 16. So,
Thank God for Eagle Splendor.
so you basically dodge to the side.
Wait, would my flying help in that? Because I'm using the flying to dodge.
Um,
It is an air battle right now.
yeah, let's say so.
18!
But not like it matters, you got it anyway. So you basically swoop to the side, and as you are, you basically do this with your sword, causing the griffin to just sort of just go and basically slice an entire chunk of its gut open. You know how sharp the blade is, I'm gonna say it is.
I'm surprised you used my logic.
No, I didn't use your logic. I was just remembering something I heard in school once.
Anyway, so
So as you run from a predator, it's likely it can come and take a chunk out of your ass.
Well, yeah, why would you run from something that's... Never mind.
yeah, so at this point, the creature lets out a shriek, at which point it sort of disappears in another swoop of yellow flames. At which point, the flames that were brighter than before them suddenly turn dark again, and the stained glass window returns to just being a black flame.
So did I dispel it?
Pretty much. At which point,
Have I successfully killed the other presence, though?
yes.
Yeah, I'm back!
Alright.
Now, I would
There
like
goes
to
the
wake
epic
myself
battle
up.
scene. Now, how about you're gonna go about waking yourself up?
Well, that's easy.
Send another message out.
You don't need to send any messages, that's it.
think of the scariest thing ever.
Oh, actually, it says it's only your
Granny
mind
Smith
now.
naked.
You can hop in and out of your mind pretty much at will now.
Alright, but like, I can hop in and out of the temple kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I still need to send them a message.
Here, just think of the scariest thing ever. Granny Smith naked.
Ah! No.
Why?
No. Let's see. What can I think of?
Not that.
Well,
Well, how exactly Big Macintosh?
what you could do is just like wake up yourself and let them know. Because at this point, you don't need any sort of out. You
To
can
be a
just-
douchebag, you could just wake up and make
Like, I'm still under the
everything.
influence of a spell, though.
No, you're not.
Well, the body itself is asleep.
Because another mind was dominant. There were two minds, and only one could be dominant at a time. Since one is now dead, you're the dominant mind again.
And that one was entwined with the sleeping spell, so when it went away, so did dispel.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you wake up whenever you want.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Wake up, damn you!
Let's see.
I'll make you read 50 Shades of Hay if you don't get up.
Bitch, I'll steal that book from you.
Oh, so you want it now?
And burn it.
Sure.
Of course you want to burn it.
No, I've actually read 50 Shades of Grey. It wasn't a good book.
Eh.
Don't recommend it.
It was originally written as Twilight fanfiction. Yes.
50 Shades of Grey was?
It was originally written as a Twilight fanfiction, an erotic novel fanfiction of Twilight.
Oh, and I read that.
You learn something new every day.
You read Twilight porn.
So did you. So did you.
Of course, they had
I
to.
read clot fics regularly.
So do I.
Shut up.
So you can suck. And actually, I'm not gonna go into this.
Okay.
I remember our first RP seconds. Anyways,
Get on with it.
Yeah, let's just get on with it.
yeah, I'll just wake myself up.
So it takes a moment, but after a
Do I
moment,
still have the blade in my hand?
no, it dispels.
Oh.
Well, it's still there in your mind, but once you leave on, it dispels. So,
Alright.
because at this point, you manage to wake up, and pretty much the moment you do, your eyes just snap open, and you find yourself in the library.
Yeah!
How close are we to being done with this episode?
Well, technically, we just got one of the endings, but we're only 2 hours in, so I kind of want to keep going.
Alright. So I've woken back up, and the other mind will no longer be a problem anymore. And I have use of magic.
Which basically means
What ending number
I got
was
one of my
that?
unique edges.
That was ending 1.
No, that was the best ending.
That was the best ending. By the way, Caleb,
Cool.
here. Sheet of paper. Take it. Take it. Read it.
Open it. Read it.
Let's
Know it.
Alright, artificial channel. The individual with this edge gains the ability to cast spells by using newly individualized body parts as a channel, much like unicorn. Use this ability the same as any unicorn, with the only penalty being if the spell cost of all spells is doubled. Alright.
And that's
Awesome.
And how that's not listed on your character sheet.
Alright.
So write it somewhere else.
I like how you had that already pre-made,
I'll
just in
I'll
case this happened.
That's the sheet of paper I told you not to look at a few days ago.
Oh, okay.
I printed that off in an advisory.
Cool. Cool.
Yep.
Is there a way I can obtain an
No.
artificial channel? What's
No,
that?
no, no.
Okay,
You'll get, if you get a proper ending sequence, you'll get your
Plus, you
best.
still don't know how to use magic. This is from memory.
Oh,
It's
true.
Because my character used to being a unicorn.
Yeah,
True.
Instinctual knowledge. So, anyways, with all that said, do you wish to say anything to them, Caleb?
But I like to see who all's there.
Well, Twilight, choice character Tatsume, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Yep, Tatsumi.
Right. Sapphire Knight, some pony you don't recognize, and Twilight, because I didn't mention her yet.
So probably I don't recognize.
Ashka.
Oh. Wouldn't my sister and her friends also be there?
Oh yeah, they're there too, but because after all, Phoenix
Well,
died.
didn't they?
Wait, what?
He was killed out in the fort, remember? By Shadow Rave.
You said it was knocked unconscious.
I said Larkspur was knocked unconscious.
You said that he got hit in the side, blood spluttered out. He
I
hit the ground.
meant to say it was like his neck that got sliced. I
Oh,
didn't specify.
fuck, dude.
Dang
What's the
it.
character again?
Phoenix.
The
Russian.
bat
Once again, a girl.
Damn it.
Well, they're certainly gonna put the Griffin Empire into a fix. Well, man, this would be good for the Griffin Empire.
Yeah.
Depending on the side you're on, though. If you're on the side of the Resistance, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But Brush-Up and Larkspur are fine. Larkspur's still just unconscious when she had the he.
But Brush-Up's awake and fine.
Yeah, Brush-Up's awake, fine, just sort of standing there observing.
Alright.
Where's his dad? Where did we leave your dad at?
He's in jail right now and about to be transferred to Cantalop for further detail.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
Well done.
So we're not done yet. I'm not going to call the end here yet because we're very freaking early.
I think
past
this
the-
roll will decide what I do.
Alright.
Alright. Very well.
Alright, what are you going to do?
Okay. I'm gonna take a look at Brush Up and say, the fuck are you doing here?
Brush-Up's going to smile broadly and go, well, I couldn't let you die, no could I?
Very good point. This was. But really, you couldn't trust my friends enough to tell them what you really are.
He face palms.
Well, I
It's
suppose it's acceptable. Yeah. You can look normal now, though. You can look normal.
He nods.
Changeling?
Jack, you're gonna be pissed off at this. Troy, you're right. He changes into a changeling.
Yeah!
Of energy. I watch when Twilight suddenly goes, ah! And her horn immediately flares up.
What the deuce? I'm about to hit Twilight with my mallet.
Well,
No.
she's had bad history with changelings.
I don't care. Changelings are awesome creatures.
Changelings are fucking assholes. They made me lose my goddamn job.
Cool.
Fuck you.
Nah.
No, and this is after the Canterlot wedding incident.
Yeah.
Way after. This is like after season
And this
3.
is actually a different hive.
Yeah.
But still, changeling in general, I don't trust.
Well,
I love changelings. My character has a wonderful history of changelings, so piss off.
So write that down, man.
I'm going to when we're done with this. I'm
In-
going to write that in
inside.
the background.
Okay, put it down now, you have a pencil.
Or, well, we're going to be dealing with a lot of changelings, I know for a
Yes.
fact, in my backstory.
Guys, how are you doing, though, Russia?
He shrugs and goes, I'm doing alright. Can't say the same for Phoenix, though.
What happened?
He probably just to explain what happened while you're unconscious and while you couldn't see what was happening.
She was a good pony.
You're not, indeed.
Oh, well. Suppose the best I can do is send a write a message to one of the others in Griffin Empire letting them know what happened. Oh well.
Anyways, at this point, Twilight is still eyeing Brush up skeptically.
Twilight, I would like you to meet Brush Up. This is my shadow.
She looks at you. Your shadow?
Yes, we work together in the Griffin Empire. We've become quite a team.
She looks back at Brush Up with sort of like a "don't try anything or I'll get you alive" sort of expression on her face. And that message is clearly conveyed as Brush Up sort of does this.
I give a chuckle at this. Worry not, he's not under the rule of any hive anymore.
She nods. Okay. Still. Brush Up just sort of shakes his head and goes, "Yeah, I get that a lot."
But anyways, Brush Up, are you sure you're going to be fine though?
He nods. I should be. No physical injuries and, well...
How's your mental state? Well, with Fangs being gone and all.
He looks down and goes, "I'll be fine at any rate."
You pull anything on me, I know you.
He smiles and goes, "Again, don't worry, I'll be fine."
Can somebody quickly give me a backline story of the changeling?
What now?
Can somebody give me the backline of the changeling?
Basically, me and the Changeling were both members of the Stealth Force in the Griffin Rebellion. He was helping me with the assassination of the Emperor that went wrong when one of the servants accidentally bumped into the Emperor, causing some tea to spill on his lap. His head snapped up to scream at her, and he saw me crawling along the ceiling.
Ah.
At which point, well, that's a big giveaway.
No, I'm just up here cleaning the cobwebs, sire. It's...
No, he's very aware of who I am. There's also another thing actually Brian didn't know because I was gonna alert him to show you off the chance. Phoenix and Brush Up were dating.
Oh. Okay. Thanks for
So
that.
Brush Up is now just completely in blind rage because Phoenix is dead?
No, he's more like...
He's
just
very
really
level-headed.
He's just really depressed, really.
Yeah, most of his job, as though, consisted of transforming into me, just to make sure I wasn't missed anywhere.
Okay.
Hence why he looked like me when he arrived.
Or at least like a griffin.
Yeah, like slightly grayer.
Yeah.
Generally, nobody notices.
Okay, basically, last part of my background, I just put in about the changeling because after my dad died, they took me in, got accepted as one of them now. Every time I meet a changeling, I love him.
Cool beans, bro.
Yeah.
But you have to rework out of it.
Yeah.
Anyways, now, let me see, so... At any rate, let me see, so... I'm not really sure what to do at this point. I want to keep going because we still got several hours before I have to be home. But I didn't write anything else down.
You guys want to play some video games with the
No, I want to keep going with the session.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how we're supposed to continue on with this.
Because you didn't really write anything else, and I don't
Well, I
think...
can improvise. I improvised with the intro beforehand, so...
Well,
I mean, things just turned out in such a way that I don't really know where to take the story after this.
I would like to check my bags for one, make sure everything's still in them.
Okay, go ahead and do that.
Alright, everything's still in the bags. Anyway, that being taken care of,
wait a minute. I
you got
still...
something to eat? I'm fucking starving.
I still have my
move
3
for something
gems.
sweet.
Does anybody have any of their gems still? Or am I the only one that has their gems?
I still have 5.
Yeah, there she go.
Yeah, he still got some movies that Caleb.
I think he has like 6 or 8 of them.
I should have
He spent some of them at one point.
I should have 7 then. Oh. Yeah, I have 7 rubies left. And none of the best damn apples in Equestria. Haha.
What, you actually wrote that down?
Yeah. I ain't him yet. Forgot to.
Did you get it from Applejack?
Yeah.
You gonna eat that?
Yeah, no, I was saying I'd like to go for somewhere sweet.
Oh, yeah. Apples are typically sweet, but okay. Well, whatever the case.
They're not caramel covered adapters, so they don't count.
Well, whatever the case is, yeah, things transpired a lot different than I was honestly anticipating they would.
Would I be able to go to a weapons store and actually buy something out of
There's
it
no
now?
weapon stores in Ponyville. Yeah, there's like
There's
Well,
Quills and
most of
Sofas is one of the stores here.
Is there any place that sells weaponry
Not in Ponyville.
anywhere on the map?
Well, you got that. Well, I'm sure there would be someone like Manhattan, Philadelphia, maybe some in Canterlot. But those are all ways off.
Oh, okay.
generally you need a permit for any sort of weapon,
Yeah.
I got a mallet.
unless magically made.
Yeah.
Or smith by the person that had it.
Yeah.
Yes. Something sweet though would be nice.
Well, at which point Tom says, well, Sugar Keep Corner's always a good spot to go. If you're looking for sweet stuff.
Sounds cavity inducing. Let's go.
Yeah, let's
Have
go.
teeth in the first place.
Alright.
He can all.
I can just smell my colon getting stuffed.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, dude.
Wait a second. I still have arteries that can be clogged.
So, Caleb, how many elements of harmony have you met so far? Who are all you met?
Well, if we go shoot in Cube Corner, it'll just be rarity left.
Ah.
And I've still got that black cloth that I want to make my outfit for.
What? Who all have you guys met?
We've pretty
Fluttershy,
much-
Rainbow Dash, Starlight Sparkle, Applejack, tons of ponies. And Derpy.
How'd
Yes.
that go?
We had
Awesome. Derpy just sort of led them to Fluttershy's, yeah.
So during
An abstract now, but I was happy.
during the second episode, technically,
We met
so
everybody but Rarity and Pinkie Pie. So you missed a lot.
And Jack met Pinkie Pie, so.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I need to know where the hell she went.
Probably should.
I want to
Probably
meet
should-
I healed Rainbow Dash.
Not to mention the fact the Pinkie Pie's job is Sugar Cube Corn. It's been a bit since.
Well, yeah, but in the last episode, don't forget, she was talking.
Oh yeah, with the party cannon and like
Yeah, you suggest get your fucking party cannon.
get your fucking party cannon and get anything, and then it just.
Oh, she
fucking-
could randomly
then
show
she
up at
just
the door.
Then she just fucking chickened out on us.
Or something happened. I don't know. I'm still working on that one.
Have you guys met Battle Scratch yet? No, seriously, or are you even going to incorporate her?
Probably not going to incorporate her.
I think you should.
At least not in the foreground.
At least not in this arc of this so far.
Indeed. So whatever the case is, you progress to Sugar Cube Corner, and entering in, you are also just the most delicious smell sweet stuffs you've ever smelt.
Donuts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Donuts.
I think I shall buy a muffin.
Several 7-layered cake.
7-layer cake sounds pretty damn good. 7 different types of chocolates.
Alright, well, so as you're entering, by the way, Twilight did not go on this trip because she had other stuff she needed to do with mainly getting Shadow Rave to Canterlot. At this point, you step in and and Jack, you see the pink bunny from before staying behind the counter looking a little sullen.
So Pinkie Pie, what happened? There was a huge battle and I kind of needed you. Why did you
Why would
back
you
out
talk
on
that
us?
trashy garbage that
What?
takes drugs?
Pinkie Pie doesn't take drugs.
You're talking from
Pony Mom.
Doc.
I don't watch that shit.
That's not canon.
And we're going canon here, so.
Oh, okay.
It's party canon, to be exact.
It-
Oh, maybe she forgot. Maybe she forgot where she left her party cannon. Oh, that'd be sad.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Was that what happened?
Yes!
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I feel bad. So as Jack says what he just said, Piano looks up with this tearful-eyed look on her face and says, I don't really know. I forgot where my party cannon was, which is so weird. I never forget where my party cannon is.
Okay, why didn't you open your mouth sometimes?
No, I just reminded him. And he got us back on track. So the people aren't listening to a recording of us just bullshitting.
Yeah. Anyways,
Sorry, audience.
well, whatever the case is, I'll at least go to 2 hours and 30 minutes, because we're 2 hours and 19 minutes right now, so we got like...
Yeah.
Actually, I have a question. Can we just stop now and listen to the recording?
No.
Well, we just did everything in the recording, so we
Yeah,
that would be kind of
so
pointless.
it'd be redundant.
It'd be redundant.
Not sure.
Exactly. But, you know, I guess we could stop here. So, I do need to plan it, but for lack of anything better...
How about let's
Yeah.
just finish up the Sugar Cube corner scene and then
Yeah,
we
let's
can end it
finish that
off.
up. We can't leave it with that.
Alright, so... Anyway, so... Pennywise just sort of looks at you to apologize and says, I'm sorry, Pony, I don't know the name of.
It's Sapphire Night.
I'm sorry, Sapphire Knight.
I shake her hooven. I'm very glad to meet you.
She does. Almost immediately pricking back up. A pleasure! So, wait. I've never seen you here before.
The moment I say
Sure.
that, oh, hell will break loose. I mumble under my breath, I'm new here.
Oh, dude. At which point Pennywise just sort of goes, and then promises to go, and dances out the door faster than you could track.
Great. Oh, God.
What's happening?
I didn't get to place an order.
I didn't get anything to order either.
I didn't get my donuts.
Well, it's not like it
You don't
matters.
get fast.
Well, it's not like it matters as at this point, a blue pony, much more sizable than the rest in terms of
A portly blue pony with a pink mane.
exactly.
Oh wait,
Who's this?
Miss Cake.
Miss Cake.
It's cake, yes.
Yay.
So she walks and goes, "Oh, never mind her. What can I get you all?"
I'll take one blueberry muffin, please.
I'll take one custard-filled chocolate-covered sprinkled donut.
And you, Caleb?
You gotta ante it up, dude. I just one up his, you gotta one up mine.
I would like a pie with cherries and apples in it.
All right. I see what the reference is. Yeah. So at this point, she nods us, coming right up, and heads back to go make the stuff.
Cool.
Anyway, so
Something tells me I'll be able to pay for everybody's.
okay, so
Unless somebody wants to pay for me.
you know, whatever the case is, the remainder of the next few hours are just spent eating away at your food and discussing stuff with each other. And I guess we can go ahead and call it there.
Very well.
All right, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this session. We will see you next week.
P.S.